All right. To recap what happened last time. Last time was a relatively slow-going session. I believe you guys got back to Luan. You had Allus with you. Um, he gave you a cool magic item that lets you summon a bird, a pigeon specifically, and that pigeon will take whatever you write on the magic item to its intended target. Um, so that's pretty cool. Basically, just a email for medieval peasants. Um, but you got back to Luan. You saw Allus off on his journey to Arcanea. He boarded a merchant ship. Um, I believe Octavia said that he was a bard. um,
Yeah.
so hopefully he's having fun on his journey. He's not. Uh, but after that, Lothair invited you over to her house for the night to stay as a message of goodwill. She let you guys know that, or she let Val know, I think, that if you guys bring her ancestors' staff, so the Valkyrie staff, she'd be more than willing to join your party. But as it stands right now, she's still feeling a little bit too weak to really contribute anything. She's still a little shaken. She just wants to be home right now. But if you bring her that staff, she would be convinced to join you on your adventure. So keep a lookout for that. All right, what else? I think you guys were all in her house. You guys were looking at her like family portraits and stuff. You took special note of the portrait of her grandfather. Um, but I think where we left off, you guys were just like eating dinner, right?
Mm, yeah.
Yeah? Okay. Does anyone have any questions before we begin? Like officially. Are we good?
I think so.
Sorry, just looking over the ad.
Seems so.
Seems so? Okay. Oh, pin messages not showing up past Octavia's playlist.
I'm seeing Amalthea's playlist.
Well, no, but if you try and scroll down past Octavia's, there's nothing.
I see everything.
Yeah.
Past Octavia's playlist.
Technically, Octavia's is twice because
Yeah,
I updated it.
Pinned twice. I should delete one of those probably.
Yeah, just delete one of them.
I'll do that later. I'm looking forward to when the Edwin
Wait,
playlist drops.
this is my character sheet usually. I can get to it a different way, but I was just like, oh no.
Okay. Dwyer, I just got your message. Interesting. Okay. But you guys are finishing up your meal, that Valente and Lothair painstakingly cooked, and by that I mean Valente pretty much did all of it. Um, but after dinner, Lothair is going to take all the plates and she's going to have Godfried help her clean up after dinner. So the rest of you are free to roam the house, chill out, take a look around. It's all up to you. Or just wait. Just wait.
I had things I have a few things that Val needs to do.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Sure.
Sorry, everyone. I'll try and be as brief as possible with the well, it's only two things, but I'll try and be quick because I don't want to be killing people. So first and foremost, Val is going to talk to Lothair.
Sure. She is in the kitchen.
Okay, so
Godfried is also there.
Great. Val is goes into the kitchen and seems a little bit gives Godfried not a mean side eye, but obviously Val was like, oh, someone else is here. Okay. But walks over to Lothair and says, I need your help with something medicinal related.
Medicinal? Are you hurt? I can help you.
See, so We first met back when I was experiencing psychosymptomatic pain in my side, which happens, and he puts a hand on that side. He doesn't seem in pain yet, but he's like wincing as if he's expecting it to happen, and it isn't, but it's still uncomfortable for him, so yeah. And he goes, whenever I think about my wife in depth, and I tend to think about her a lot, following some certain dates that are coming up, and I don't want to make everyone wait around for me because I'm in excruciating pain. That, yeah, I would feel bad, especially since I know it's coming. I don't know if you have like a solution for that, but even making it less like just bearable pain, I can do that. I'd feel bad inconveniencing everyone with this.
Well, I definitely can't heal psychosymptomatic pains with a staff. That's not really my area of expertise, but I can provide you some like salves and such that'll help dull the pain a little bit from the outside. Similar to what I gave you
That
the first time. Just
yeah, and that
don't use too much or it will start eating your nerves.
yes, that okay. That's acceptable. Thank you.
Uh she is going to like nudge over her shoulder with her hands her head because her hands are still in the sink like doing dishes. She's gonna say, in the bathroom down the hall you'll find a medicine cabinet full of various bottles and such. You can just take the green bottle, it's full of it.
Thanks. And so Val is going to walk out, not looking at Godfrey, pointed like because he does not want to acknowledge that Godfrey might have heard what happened.
He did hear.
And goes and
He's
grabs
looking
it.
at you.
Yep. Val is going to go grab that, and yay!
All right, you can add a bunch of pain dulling salve to your inventory. It should be enough for several uses. It's a relatively big bottle. It looks kind of like she's maybe either drank or dumped out a bottle of alcohol and then filled it with the salve instead. But
Oh,
it's
what
a
a girl boss.
significant amount.
Her, I
Wow.
love her. Oh, yeah.
It's not whatnot.
Place your
Basically,
bets.
Val
Do we think she like downs an entire bottle just for using it for storing medicine, or is she not? I don't know.
I feel like she likes bubble baths.
You want to hear a Lothair fun fact? Because
Oh,
it's
yes.
irrelevant to the campaign, and you said that. Lothair is an absolute champion when it comes to drinking alcohol. She just goes and she's fine. So, yes, she probably did drink it all herself.
One of the
that.
things she inherited with the whole holy blood thing, metabolism.
I was just gonna make a joke about that.
Cut to an image of Lothair shotgunning a beer or something and then smashing the can against her head and giggling.
Oh, I love her so much.
But
So
anyways,
now Val has that because Val's 2 weeks from hell are coming up. Which is basically he has 2 dates within 2 weeks of each other, where he's very sad.
Oh.
Anyway, so that's first thing. And then the second thing is Val needs to talk to Octavia.
Octavia, after the meal, is probably like looking down at her folded hands, like sitting on one of the chairs and just like being very quiet.
Val is going to like sit down in the chair next to her and go. I mean, Val's going to say, "Hey, are you all right?"
I can. She looks kind of confused about that, but she's also like, I'm okay. Maybe it's something I would like us all to talk about as a group later. Just either way, I'm fine. What's up?
If you're certain, I and Val kind of looks away from her and like fiddles with his like shirt sleeve and goes, I hate to do this to you, but I can't do it to the kids. And by kids, she means Edwin and Amalthea because in her mind, Edwin's still like very little.
He's young.
And
Just a little
just
guy.
like it's a little guy. And I don't trust Archibald with this. And
That's a good idea.
Godfried and Gare are both. They
Yeah.
have their reasons for being here, but you're the only person that I know that could see this through, that I trust to understand what I mean by it, and and he like sighs, and he just like she's just like, this is not something she really like. She's just really like, she's like, I'm sorry to do this to you again, but I just wanted to make sure in the event of my passing that someone was going to tell Lothair. I don't want communication to her to just cut off, because I do plan on, using this pigeon that Alice gave us. Well, obviously he didn't give it. Yeah, he didn't give a pigeon, but whatever.
The pigeon comes with it.
And I just wanted to make sure that if it happened, someone wrote to her telling her what happened. I should also mention, because she told me, but she said that if we found the Valkyrie staff, she would like to join us. But until then, she wouldn't feel safe, and so that's part of it, I suppose. Yeah, I hate to make you my living will like this, but I know that you're probably the only person that understands just how likely, like maybe Godfried understands how likely we are not to make it back, because, we're the first group of white beast or not killers, but
Survivors.
people he's taken. Yeah. But he's here for his own reasons, and you're the only one who's, I know, make it all the way through. Not like you'll see this all the way through is what I mean. Yeah.
Sure. I'm fine with it, Valente. If it brings you some peace, it's fine.
Okay.
But I know you're just doing this as a precaution, but I want you to know that you're important to us. Even though, well, maybe save for Amalthea, not everyone in Lothair, but not everyone in this group is probably the most vocal about those things. And Edwin's a good kid. Edwin's a good kid, but this is, again, he already has enough on his plate. But I just want you to know that I know this is just a precaution, but you are important to us. And
no, if you're gonna continue, go.
All right. Okay. And sometimes in battle, things can't be helped. And I know as a job, you have to put people's protection foremost because of a variety of reasons, but I just want you to know that you mean a lot as well. And I want you to keep that in mind. And I'll continue to watch your back.
Val kind of sits there for a second. She's clearly, like, a little bit floored that you've said this, not like in a bad way. But she chuckles a little bit, like it's not very happy, but it's not like she's not upset with you. She's just like, yeah, you're right. And he like kind of like wipes at his face in a way that he isn't crying, but like he's, you know how sometimes like you're not crying, but like when you're upset you still act like you are a little bit, like you kind of wipe at your face. That's what he's doing, and he's like, yeah, you're right. I guess I've just lived with the assumption that I was going to die for a while, but I can't very well protect you guys if I'm not around. So, I guess you're right. Thanks.
Shit. Valente, I'm not. And now, like, Avia, like, understands, but she's tried to say it in proper words, but also this is kind of like. That's the thing. Like, I think I remember the first time they had, like, a relatively deep conversation besides, like, innate trust between people who are, like, they're both soldiers, they're both people who fight.
Mm-hmm.
And it's also this awkward point of being like, this is the first time in a long time someone has put this amount of trust in Octavia, and she wants to do good by it.
Oh.
And she's kind of like, I care about you, Valente, as a friend. Damn it. This isn't fucking meant to guilt you or anything. It's just, I'm sorry. And now, like, Octavia herself is just, like, rubbing her temples, kind of feel like, let's go back to the actual topic. Yeah, go ahead.
Val puts a hand on her shoulder and goes, I got that. I care very deeply about you too, as a friend. And I will try not to get myself killed simply out of a need to perform a duty. Because there are people who want to see me at the end of the day. For the first time in a long time. Thank you.
Thank you. Like, thank you for trusting me.
Of course. Thank you for being vulnerable with me.
Feels weird.
Yeah. Yeah, it can.
Ugh.
Yeah, and that's my two things.
All right.
Yep.
Okay. Firstly, Cheppy, check your DMs.
Oh, Jesus.
Terrible things to hear from your GM.
I forget
What?
the details.
What do you mean?
I don't remember. Just
No!
okay. I couldn't
What?
forget.
What does that mean?
I couldn't remember. All right. Don't. I mean Archibald, obviously not you.
I know, but what does that mean?
Don't worry about it. All right. Lothair is going to put the last of the dishes away. You can hear her and Godfrey talking in the kitchen about nothing much, really, it sounds like. But she's going to walk back into the room. She's going to search the room. Edwin, where are you at right now?
Oh god.
I think, well, we all, like, went and looked at that picture and then, like, disbanded.
Mm-hmm.
When it was
I
dinner
think,
time.
Yeah.
That
Evan
has
probably,
no
Yeah, that'll come up later. As a
yeah,
grab.
that'll be a problem for future us. Edwin's probably just, like, chilling on a chair or something, trying to go through his tomes and stuff.
Simply vibing. Well,
Yeah.
Lothair is going to call out to you. She's going to say, Edwin, I'm going to make some coffee. Could you run down to the basement for me and grab it off the shelf?
Oh Christ.
Yeah, of course.
All
Edwin
right.
is immediately ready to go to the basement.
All
He
right.
is so helpful.
The basement is in a corner of the house you have not visited yet. Sort of a drab corner, just kind of, you see a closet on one side. It's full of Lothair's shit, coats and stuff, and then shoes and whatever. And the basement is on the other side. It's a plain wooden door, closed, but it doesn't seem to be locked.
Alright, let's go for that door.
All right, the
Does
basement.
this doesn't remind me of the door that I saw in my dream, right?
What a funny thing you should
Oh.
ask.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Now
Oh, shit.
Chappie understands why I asked him that question.
Did you have a dream about a door and a knife? Like, what?
I couldn't remember
No,
who
that
it
was
was.
that
That
was
was
Edwin.
Edwin.
There were two people. Who was the other one?
Me.
Oh, it was you. Oh, it was you. Okay. We'll get to
No,
it.
I
I love how Sam
irritatingly, I have a character whose backstory involves prophetic dreams, and I still haven't fucking had any.
Sad.
No, but it's very funny that Sam went. Who had that dream? Was it Archibald? No. Then statistically, it was Edwin, and didn't ask
God.
any further questions.
Dang. All right. Yes, Edwin, it does in fact remind you of the door from your dream. In fact, you could say it looks exactly like the door from your dream.
Huh, that's so weird.
Yes, King.
Girl, you're the story.
Girl, you're like the person in a slasher movie. Girl, help.
I think Edward at least like he is like this is enough of a coincidence that he's like he like turns to whoever's like remotely near the door and he's just like, wow, that's so weird. I feel like I had a dream where I saw this exact door.
Who's closest
I don't
to
know
the
who's
door?
around
Is it one of you guys? Where are you guys at?
Where's the door?
It's like in a far corner of the house. It's like maybe off the main entrance a little bit.
Well, it's me or Godfrey, probably.
Godfrey's in the kitchen. He's on the opposite side of the
Oh.
house.
Totally me.
It's
Alright.
Archibald.
Hi, Archibald.
Like, dinner ended and I'm, like, lurking again. Just like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah, it's so weird. I feel like I saw this door in a dream or something. Isn't that funny?
The one thing that you do notice that's different is that the doorknob is on the other side of the door than in your dream.
Oh,
But other than that, it is identical.
I
You-
see.
What? Wait. What? What do you mean you saw this in a dream?
You know, like sometimes you have like weird dreams and then you feel like you've seen it before in real life, but it was actually just like a dream. Do you ever
Girl,
get
you're
that?
literally in a story.
Oh. Oh gods.
Oh my god.
What was this dream? Wait, when was this? When was this dream?
I don't even
I'm
remember.
grabbing Edwin by the shoulders right now, like, when was this?
Edwin is deeply confused, but he's like, I don't know. I have a lot of dreams. Sometimes they're weird, sometimes they're not.
Oh, King.
Just frozen, holding you by your shoulders, looking into your eyes, just a big breathe in, breathe out, like, oh, okay, And you don't know what happened in the dream with this door?
No, I mean, it was just like I opened the door, and then I woke up. But I think I had a knife. It was very weird. I don't own a knife in real life.
Oh. Oh. Of course there was a knife.
Hold on. Edwin doesn't own any knives? Like,
Edwin
don't think
cuts
he
his
does.
food with his
Apples.
teeth.
He's
He
fine.
cuts everything with a spoon.
I assume Edwin means like a dagger, not
Yeah,
like
I
a
know.
cutlery.
Yeah, he just doesn't know the difference either.
Oh
Anyway.
gosh.
Oh.
Buddy.
Now, listen, okay? I'm gonna ask you some questions, and I'm going to need you to answer them with the most care of any question you ever answered in your life, right? When you woke up
Okay,
after
yeah.
these dreams, was there anything weird about you or the world? Anything like, I don't know, carry over? Weird voices in your head?
I don't think so. I mean, this whole continent's really weird to begin with, so it's kind of hard to say, but I don't think so.
Except for the door. Just the door.
Yeah, I mean, there were some other ones that seemed more realistic too, but this is the only one where I thought like, oh wow, that's weird. It looks exactly like that door.
What do you mean more realistic?
Well, not like, oh no, I'm late to class, but the hall keeps getting longer kind of dreams.
So like school dreams, or no?
Yeah,
Oh. Well, that's not
like that.
bad.
Yeah.
Is there a chance that you've just, like, seen doors like this? Is this... What kind of door is this, Sam? Is this just like
It
a
is
normal-ass
a
door?
thick wooden door. You can tell that it's the same kind of door because it does have Rand in the chat. You can tell it's the same door because it does have like a very specific pattern on the top of it. It looks kind of like I guess Luan has its own sort of insignia as a city-state. And since this is one of the housing projects of Luan, the door does have that sort of insignia at the top. The front door had the same one. Maybe it's like a snake or something. I don't know. I didn't get that far.
Huh. Yeah.
Okay. Well, oh, oh boy. Well, if it's just a door, just a door. The fact that you had a knife, also bad. Okay, listen. Sidle on next to him, like, wrap my arm
Yeah.
around his shoulders, like, a thing you have to understand. That humans don't always... You are human, right? Just double check, triple checking.
I'm pretty sure.
I don't like how unsure you are in that answer, but you know what?
Well,
Frankly, that's how the
I
world...
thought I thought I knew until you started asking me all this stuff. Now you're making me worried.
It's always good to be worried about stuff like that. It really come back to bite you if it's not. But anyway, humans like to think that dreams are just, I don't even know what humans think they are. Just a thing that happens sometimes when you go to sleep. You think about school or whatever. But
Yeah.
the unfortunate reality is, a good number of times, especially if you're a dragon or a wizard or something, dreams do have a tendency to be real in some form. Whether it's gods messing with you or, like, some other dark magic or whatever. Dreams are... So if you're seeing it in this house of all houses... Were you there? Were you around the painting earlier when we were talking?
Yes, I was.
Right. So you had a vision in a dream of yourself holding a knife in a door in what we now know to be the house of murder. You can see why that's bad, right? Like, you can see the danger here.
Yeah. Yeah, I do see the problem here.
And if there's any, like, don't be coy with this stuff. If you see anything weird in a dream again, any, like, weird nightmares, any, like, dragons or creatures in the darkness, like, reach out to you and start asking you questions, offers of power, do let everyone know.
I mean, I could tell you about the other weird dreams I have, but I think I should go get this coffee for Lothair first, because she did ask me like 5 minutes ago.
Nothing else about this room. Nothing like you didn't die at the end of the dream. No one died at the end of it, right?
About that.
I mean, I think I woke up because something hurt really bad, but I thought maybe I was just sleeping on a rock.
Buddy.
When it hurt. When I asked you, just like grabbing him by the head. When I asked you if anything carried over to after you, why did you say no?
Well, I didn't think that counted.
So you did die at the end.
Well, I don't know if I died. I just know I woke up because something hurt really bad.
I just sort of let go of Edwin's stand up, look up straight around like we're in like a basement, right?
No, you're not in the basement yet. You're in front of the basement door.
We're outside the basement.
You're in
Just
the
like
hall.
looking I just like look around at like the ceiling, like the walls, just down the hallway both ways. And I'm like, oh, that settles it. This place is definitely haunted. You're going in the basement alone?
Yeah, I mean it's just a basement.
Uh-huh. Do you want me to come with you?
I think the answer is yes, now that you've sufficiently scared me about this basement.
Okay. Archibald draws his blade.
All right.
Hey.
Are you
Go ahead.
Edwin, are you
You
going
first.
into the basement?
Yeah, Edwin probably does, like, while he's, like, going to open the door, he's like, yeah, it is weird how, like, in the dream, I think I was on the other side of the door, even.
No. The doorknob was on the other side of the door. You were on the same side of the door.
Yeah,
It's
but
just
wouldn't that imply I was on the other side of the door?
I mean, the hallway looks the same, other than
Yeah,
the doorknob.
that is.
Oh,
that
okay,
is-
I didn't look
okay.
around in the dream, so I didn't have that frame of reference.
Sorry.
I see. All good. I thought you were implying something else, more scary.
All right.
Oh,
You open the door. It creaks open to a dark space, but there is a little like candle holder on the wall.
is there an abyss forever stretching out in front of us?
I mean, it's dark as fuck, so yeah.
Is it legal for me to just like light a candle with magic?
Sure, why not? I think lighting a small light would not be illegal. You could probably light a light without having to use a candle if you're a mage.
That's fair.
We
I'll
could
make
also
a candle.
We could also light a candle in the house without magic, but it doesn't matter. The point is, it's trivial.
Yes, the candle's lit. It's
Alright.
fine.
You take the candle.
I'm feeling.
Oh, no, you go.
I'm feeling very Scooby-Doo right now.
Oh, good, you saw my Twitter post.
I
Twitter post.
forgot about that until now. Oh dear.
Me and Spuds
Now I
setting
have
up
to check
a mis-
Sam's Twitter.
It's on my private Twitter.
True story about the references for that Archibald picture I'm working on.
Yeah. Shaggy moment. But
Oh my god.
you light the candle, and it reveals a small set of wooden stairs that go down what seems to be like a narrow basement, downwards hallway before opening up into the basement below a few steps down. You can see that the basement floor is made of stone. The walls are made of stone. It's a pretty large basement. Probably the entire foundation of the house, or at least half of it. You're pretty sure that this house is like adjacent to another one, like they're mushed together, like how British houses are sometimes. So this basement is probably half the foundation of the house, meaning that it's probably the largest room in the house. It's got fairly high ceilings. Trikey, you can't just drop the word shagaball.
Yeah. Zoinks, man.
Zoinks, man. All right.
This is so upsetting.
But anyways, yes, probably the largest room in the house. It's fairly empty. As far as you can see, she's got some like old trunks down here, probably full of clothes, other such items, shelves in the corner. You see a big shelf on the back wall full of like pantry items, food items. So that might be where you find your coffee.
Yes. Edwin will go straight for the shelf that looks like it's full of pantry items.
You find a variety of items. Some of them are expired, some of them are brand new. It seems she keeps a very eclectic pantry. But you do find the coffee. It's in a big, like, wooden, almost like jug thing, with a handle. Just coffee grounds, nothing fancy. It smells like coffee. You don't see any worms in it, so it's probably fine to eat. You take that off the shelf, and yeah, you now have the coffee. Success.
Cool. Let's get out of this creepy basement.
Yeah, is there anything more sinister around while he's grabbing the coffee?
Would you like to roll for perception or something else to detect stuff?
Unfortunately, I think I would.
Unfortunately. Katie
Yeah,
wants you
you
to play the
know.
game.
Yeah, Edwin's like, if I
Yeah.
can't see it, then it can't hurt me.
Me
Oh
too,
my
Edwin,
God.
in real life.
Oh, 19 minus 2, 17 on perception.
17. As Edwin grabs the coffee and checks it for bugs, you turn around and you scan the basement with your lizard eyes. You're used to being in the dirt, so maybe you have a little bit more improved vision than everyone else. And you spot a wardrobe in the corner that is rather imposing looking.
Is
Other than-
it
What?
how imposing? As in what way?
It's very tall and it's very like finely made in the way that most of the other furniture in the house is not. Most of the other furniture is very like utilitarian, like it's a chair, you sit in it, that's it. This wardrobe has like fancy carvings. You can see that it's got clawed feet, which is a little strange. The doors are like finely engraved. That kind of stuff.
Edwin's said that thing about let's get out of this creepy basement. There's just silence in response for a second, and then shit. That's it. Just pointing with the sword over at the cabinet. That one. That's definitely it. Whatever it is.
Edwin like sighs and looks at whatever it is and is actually very thankful it's just a wardrobe and not like a creature or a pile of blood.
Oh
A
boy.
pile of blood?
A pile of blood.
A puddle of blood. I can't talk.
Sorry,
You know how
I'm
blood
trying
piles
to,
up.
I was just trying to picture a pile of blood.
You stand back a bit. I walk over to the cabinet. Is it locked? Is it
You can't see any lock on it. Padlock or lock built into the wardrobe or otherwise. It just seems to have two handles.
I look at it and look over at Edward and look back. It's like it's always. You said it's got clawed feet, right?
Yeah, it's got like clawed feet.
It's
Maybe
always
like a lion's paws or something like that. Some sort of creature.
everything around here has claws. If I get grabbed by a lizard or something the second I open this, you know what to do. Run. And
Yeah.
I take my handy chest opening sword and just like gently pry open the cabinet a little bit, see if there's anything in there.
The cabinet squeals loudly on its hinges as you open the door.
Mm,
Loud enough that the entire basement sounds like it's screaming for a moment. But as you open the door with bated breath, you are more than pleased to find out that it does indeed just seem to contain clothes.
whose clothes?
Well, you don't know. They're clothes.
Well, I'm looking at them, aren't
But
I?
yeah, as you begin to paw through these clothes, you can see that they are all definitely like cleric's outfits. A little different than what Lothair wears. Definitely fancier. And they all seem to be like moth-eaten. So they've been down here for quite some time. Just by pulling one of them out and observing it, you can see that whoever owned these clothes, they were likely taller than Lothair and broader than Lothair, so perhaps a man's outfit. But it doesn't have any like name stitched on the back or anything.
No sinister knife holes.
Nope, they seem to be relatively undamaged aside from the odd moth-eaten little patch.
I will, once I've sort of combed through to check for ghosts, I'll fold them back up and put them back in. It's probably not as well folded as it was when it was put in there because it's Archibald, but it is an attempt at courtesy.
Excellent.
Nothing else weird about it? No.
Nope, doesn't seem to have anything else other than clothes in it.
Did any of the clothes happen to look like anyone in the, and this is an open question spoken out loud to everyone, do these clothes remind you of anything anyone was wearing in the pictures?
Can I roll to see if I like recognize them, but also like, or maybe I guess my question is more like, could I roll to see like if I recognize them as like being fancy?
I already said they were fancy.
What?
I already said they were fancy.
Oh, okay. I don't know how I missed that.
No worries.
But
I will just tell you now because I'm not gonna
yeah.
make you roll for that. Some of the clothes definitely do seem to emulate what Lothair's grandfather was wearing in his painted portrait. Not all of the clothes, but some of them do.
So, old fat.
What? That cut
Yeah,
out.
they look. Oh,
I
what did you say?
I said old family dresser.
Oh, okay. He cut out. Sorry.
Edwin's just like, huh? They look real. Someone living in just like a town out here.
Well, oh, yeah, they do, don't they?
Andrew's got me.
Yeah. That's in character as Archibald too. Like, well, they do have holy. Oh, yeah. Didn't always live here, right? Or that's what she said.
Yeah.
You think they're definitely like royalty or something, right?
Yeah, I'm kind of guessing that.
Yeah.
But I kind of also think I should go give Lothair this coffee.
Yeah,
we should.
as you guys are looking over the wardrobe, you hear someone walk to the top of the stairs, and then at the top of the stairs, you hear Lothair go, "Are you guys okay down there? Are you lost?
Yep.
It's only one room. Try to follow my voice."
I love her so
Not-
much.
Only emotionally, and I'll close the doors to the cabinet.
They creak again, really loudly, and she's gonna gasp at the top of the stairs and say, "What's that?"
Floorboard.
Oh. She completely seems unaware that the fact that the floor is stone is over her head.
I did. I'll just put the sword away and gesture for Edward's like, you first, sort of.
Yeah, Edwin just brings the coffee back up like, sorry, I started talking to Archibald and we got distracted.
Oh, that's okay. It happens. I'll get started on some coffee, and then we can decide where everyone's gonna sleep for the night.
I will.
Alright.
I will follow up. But as I get to the first, put one foot on the first step, I will pause and look up at them, and just turn around and look behind me around the room. Am I about to get snatched by something?
Nope. Doesn't seem to be.
The last person out of the basement.
Yep. I'm just gonna walk up the stairs, but with the occasional glance back down, just in case.
The basement seems completely innocent. Nothing moves. But Lothair takes your coffee donation from her basement to the kitchen. She makes a bunch of coffee and she hands out cups to whoever wants any. Gare slowly puts Amalthea's hand down as Amalthea reaches for one of the cups, not even looking up from his own. And she just sits grumpily on the couch next to him with her arms crossed. But other than that, she doesn't complain about it.
You like milk?
Val looks confused as to why he's done this.
Are you gonna say anything to him?
Val's like, why can't she have coffee?
The last thing we need on one of our first nights of good rest is her bouncing off the walls at 2 a.m.
Why would she do that? Coffee makes you tired.
He's gonna
Then
shrug.
Octavia looks at Valente.
He's gonna like shrug and be like, I just know something bad will happen if we give her coffee.
There, do you
Okay,
have any milk?
Microphone! Okay, sorry, that was like really upsetting. Val shrugs and goes, okay, and then starts drinking his coffee.
Whatever Lothair has put in this coffee, it's insanely bitter. But it's definitely caffeinated, so that's good.
It takes Archibald about half a second to drink the entire thing, regardless of heat or bitterness.
Oh my god.
Oh
Just
god.
down.
Octavia
Edwin has to
is,
take like sips.
Octavia is also taking sips, but she's also kind of like she wants to look at the icebox again if there's any milk.
Are you going to do that? Are you going to the
I'm
ice?
gonna ask first.
Lothair is gonna like cringe a little bit and then say, "I didn't get any before I left. I'm sorry.
It's
There's
okay.
some honey though, if you want to try that."
Sure.
She hands you the thing of honey. You're welcome. To
Octavia adds to her coffee the honey. Just
Val seems to be drinking it just fine.
Octavia does
but
not
you will
care.
notice in about 2 hours that he does get more tired.
Oh,
Sleepo beepo.
sleepy.
Val has ADHD and autism because I do, and I don't know how to roleplay people that don't.
That's
That's
valid.
fair.
Understandable.
It's valid.
So when Val drinks caffeine, he like passes out.
Oh
That's why
no. Sleepo beepo. All right, as you guys are passing around the coffee and the honey, Gare takes a big spoonful of the honey as well. Lothair is going to sit in a chair. You're all in like the living room area at this point. You've all managed to navigate in there. And she's gonna say, "Well, there are already a few places that have been claimed. I think Amalthea was gonna camp out in my room for the night. I have a pretty small bed, so I can only fit someone small with me, and we like to chat, you know." And she's gonna like smile at Amalthea, and Amalthea's gonna smile back like, "Hell yeah, girls' night." They're gonna have fun. And then she's gonna say, "And Gottfried is already asked to sleep in my grandfather's room, which is fine by me, but there's room enough for 2 in there, so if someone else wants to go with him. And then, of course, there's my old bedroom, which is big enough for 1 person, and then there's all these chairs in here that everyone else can split up."
Could I have your old room for the night?
Oh, sure. You'll have to excuse all the pillows and stuff all over the bed. I haven't really changed it very much.
That's fine.
What room did Sorry, I was zoned out. What room did you just say Godfrey had chosen?
He requested to sleep in Lothair's grandfather's old room.
Archibald, after I'm going to make my own lack of attention span canon. Archibald sort of staring around looking for ghosts for a few seconds, then just now registers, oh, it's like, I will join you.
Godfrey's just gonna like raise an eyebrow because you're acting like a little freak, but not say anything.
Just a look that says later.
All right, and then the rest of you are consigned to the living room, if that's all right. There is
God.
2 couches in here and a couple of comfy chairs. So that would be
Oh God!
Gare,
I just
Edwin,
realized
and
is sneaking
Valente.
out. Oh, sorry.
What? No, go ahead.
Love Discord delays. You know.
Oof.
I was gonna say, God, is Archibald's thing is sneaking off with Godfried going to become his Octavia asking for people's cloaks? Is that where just like you keep
Boys
finding
night.
Chilling with my boy Godfrey.
Fellas.
yeah, you just keep finding us like walking in the middle of the night, like, hey, what's up? Where were you guys at this time?
And I wanted to make it clear that Octavia is always going to be the first one to see them.
Yeah. Oh
So she
no,
can
I'm
rub
on
it
board
in.
with that bit. I will continue that bit as long as
Octavia just quietly in the back of her mind, like the 5th time this happened, like, wow, love wins.
Love wins. Ain't love grand.
But anyways, Valente, Edwin, and Gare, are you guys? Well, Gare has to be okay with it. But Valente and Edwin,
Yeah.
are you okay with the living room?
Yeah,
Mm.
Edwin volunteers for a chair.
All right. Which means Valente.
Oh wait, no, please. I need Val and Gare, or it's either I just need one of them to be the like dad that falls asleep in his giant leather chair.
Yeah.
Please, the old dad that's like asleep after watching sports.
Would Valente like that
Aw.
honor, or should I put Gare in the chair?
Here's
like
the
rhyme.
how bad. Which one do you think is funnier? Is my question.
They're in the chair.
Gare in the
Chair
chair.
in the chair.
Gare would be happy to take the chair. And by
Yes.
happy, I
Yes.
mean like tepidly neutral in sort of a grouchy sort of way.
I love him so dearly. Yeah. Valente's about to wake up and be like, "Oh, that's what no back pain feels like."
Oh
Wild.
no. Valente. All right. Well, as soon as you guys are done talking, Godfrey's gonna take his cup of coffee, which he still hasn't really touched at all, and he's going to excuse himself. He's gonna thank Lothair for her hospitality, and he is going to go upstairs, presumably to where he's going to be sleeping for the night. You hear him, pick his stuff up from where he left it at the door and bring it upstairs with him. Gare is going to shoo whoever's in his designated sleeping spot out of the chair. I'm gonna say Amalthi is there. He's gonna shoo her off the chair and he's gonna like collapse in it. Like like Dwyer said, like a dad who's about to watch a football game, but not really, because he's about to go to sleep. Lothair and Amalthea spend a couple minutes in the kitchen together. They're just kind of chatting. They're talking. They're talking girl stuff. You know, sleepover talk.
Lothair give Amalthea coffee.
Lothair did not give Amalthea coffee, but she did just hand her like the honey thing, and Amalthea is licking honey off a spoon at this point.
Oh, it's basically as bad.
Yeah, when
So they're
Sugar.
chatting, and soon enough, as it starts to get later in the evening, they meander their way upstairs. Amalthea goes first, and then Lothair, when she's done cleaning up after everyone, just making sure the dining room's back in order, she follows Amalthea back up. What's everyone else up to?
I think. Sorry, like, do you want Archibald to go first?
I was going to say, he's going to go to bed first, but because Godfrey's alone up in the murder room. But just before that happens, as soon as Lothair goes up, he will run over to everyone who is still downstairs and go, "Okay, just so you know,
His
Edwin."
house is haunted.
Yes. How did you know that?
Explain what happened to Edwin first.
He apparently has been having dreams, and one of them involved him with a knife standing at the door to the basement that we went into earlier. And also, the dream ended with him feeling a sharp stabbing pain, which stuck around after he woke up. Haunted.
Are you sure that's a future event?
Nope. Might not be real. But, you know, just sort of glances around at like the ceiling, at the wall, like a walls have eyes type reaction.
Well, uh Octavia like takes a deep breath and is kind of like like when you're jiggling your leg against the ground because you're nervous or like you like basically just finding something to do to fidget. She's doing that. She's like, I had a dream too.
Stops looking at the walls and ceiling and turns. Like, what?
Shh, keep your voice down.
Oh my gosh, do humans not know anything?
Okay. First of all, it happened when we were at the fucking shrine, and Alice was. And it wasn't the knife thing. It was and her voice gets lower, like, I think I was Lothair as a kid.
Oh. Oh, no.
So,
What?
are we just
What's-
sharing weird dreams we're having now, or...
Wait, what?
No, not you two. How many people in this room have been having prophetic visions?
First
Raise
of all,
your hands.
Gare is also going to raise his hand. He's
Oh!
still here.
I love it.
Wait.
Okay.
Jared, what happened in your dream?
He's just gonna like make like a non-committal noise and shrug, and he's gonna say, "I don't know. It's a lot of fire, a lot of running. I forgot by now. It was a while ago."
I was going to say, I saw the murder that happened at the school and who did it.
So you saw who killed the schoolmaster.
Yep, that's why I got concerned about Alice, because the man I saw had green hair and green eyes, and I asked Godfried, and he said that that's the right guy. So, pardon me.
No worries.
That was not Val. Val
Coffee
did
gave
not
Val
drink a lot of-
acid reflex.
No, Val did not drink a lot of Dr. Pepper that made him burp in the middle of the sentence.
It happens. Anyways, go on.
I woke up and Godfried was awake, and I was like, hey, was the guy that killed that guy, did he have green hair and green eyes? Because you said that they knew who it was, but they just couldn't catch him. And he went, yep, and I went, okay, and then we both went back to sleep.
Archibald, every time you say green hair and green eyes, Archibald gets a look like he just pissed himself a little bit more each time. Like,
Hey,
very important
no.
question. Pointy ears?
Where is this conversation happening?
Living room.
Yeah.
You guys are
Okay.
still in the living room, which is next to the
Okay.
staircase.
Being quiet.
Yeah, I mean, no one's moving around upstairs, so you can assume either they're asleep or they're doing their own thing.
Edwin like raises his hand.
Edwin, I love you.
Oh no! Wait, you already said. No, you mean not the door thing? Another one?
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. There was the one with this girl who didn't have any teeth.
Archibald, just sit down. Just sit down for a moment, okay?
Gare's gonna like crack an eye open at the words "girl with no teeth," like, huh? Gross, and then close his eye again.
Val is going to look at Archibald and be like, wait, did Archibald drink coffee? Oh yeah, he did. Val's going to go, I feel like we should have waited until he wasn't on the thing that supposedly makes you bouncing off the walls or whatever. Because it seems to be making this worse, I would assume.
No. I mean, maybe a little, but no.
Okay, sit down. Sit down on one of the couches right now
Listen,
before you
okay.
continue.
Here's the thing, right?
Yes.
I, for a very long part of my very long life, had dreams like this. Not about this, but for me, dreams historically have been more visions, chats with dead ancestors, that sort of thing. Dragon dreams are weird. But the point here is dreams, in my experience, are like a good 50% not just dreams. High chance of being real. And all of you have seen, apparently, all of you in this room have seen horrifying events in some way tied to the building that we are now sleeping in, which we know is the site of maybe some fled royal families and maybe several murdered members of said families. No one sees the
Val's
problem
going
here.
to stop him real fast and go, "What does my dream have to do with this building?"
Edwin's like, yeah, the one with the girl with no teeth was just out in the wilderness. Actually, it was at our campsite. Maybe that one wasn't real.
Wait, Edwin, you. Okay, we're gonna double back. Uh, Octavia turns to Valente. Lothair's grandfather was the headmaster that got murdered.
Professor.
Uh,
Headmaster.
Professor.
Val stares at Octavia for like 2 seconds and then sits down and goes, "Oh fuck."
Uh-huh.
But
But okay, house haunted. Let's go with that for the moment. House
I'm
haunted.
beginning to think it might be us haunted, but yes, continue.
Yeah, I didn't want to say that part. God damn it. We didn't have those dreams in this house. Just
Yet.
happened. And also, from what we know about the dreams, except Gares, I don't know what's going on with Gares.
Gare shrugs from his chair.
Yeah, okay. They happened in the past. They're not prophetic because prophetic isn't it supposed to mean like it's supposed to happen later? Right? So
Yeah. When I say prophetic, I do mean not necessarily prophetic, like, yeah, things that happened before, or if, like, any of you ever had any conversations with anyone in these dreams that didn't seem real? Just as an aside here. Any of the dream people talk to you?
Edwin raises his hand.
Octavia
Oh,
also
no,
raises her
yeah.
hands.
Oh, okay. Well, let's for now, let's cross our fingers and hope whoever they were just people in dreams from the past and not uh some sort of ghosts or sealed ancient demons talking to us. So that's how am I the only one who hasn't had a dream here?
Tell me.
I've had this stuff my whole life, and now sitting in the haunted house is when dreams wouldn't fucking shut up for most of my early life, and now they're whatever.
Guess you're just lucky.
No.
Which is my meta joke because we roll for
Yeah.
luck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So,
There you go.
so Godfrey is currently upstairs sleeping in the room of the man who you saw exploded. You, I say, pointing at Octavia, maybe saw stabbed or murdered, and in the the floor
Hey,
above
hey,
the door
I-
where you saw.
Oh yeah, let's just say like Octavia did explain like the rest of the dream to everyone. Sorry.
Oh, did I get mixed up in that? Whoops, sorry.
It's okay.
But-
Like someone was injured on the kitchen table. She just couldn't see how injured. It was real bad.
Hang on a second. That kitchen table, like the one in there.
Yes.
Yeah. This is why I wasn't that hungry.
And you pointing at Edwin, very like in your face.
Yeah.
You were stabbed at the you felt some sharp pain while holding a knife in your chest at the door to the basement.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really remember that many details, but definitely it hurt, and definitely I was at the basement.
Archibald walks over. Is there like a spot in the hallway where you can see like to the kitchen and the basement door?
I'm gonna say there's like a slight turn of the corner, but they're not that far away. They're on opposite
So
ends of the house, but like once you turn the corner, you can see down the hall.
Archibald looks around at both and then whirls around and points at Octavia. It's like, and you've said again, like bleeding like a hole in the chest or something, right?
Well, Luther's mom found me before I could see more. I just know it was bad.
But it was like bleeding onto the table and all that, right?
I think, yeah.
Edwin, do you know like you said it was a chest wound, right? Or chest
No,
something.
I have no idea what kind of wound.
Oh,
Where did it
well,
hurt the most?
I don't know. I kind of woke up, and that was the end of it.
so what we have here, bear with me. I say, like, sort of adjusting my feet and looking down and then looking up. We have a vision of someone maybe getting stabbed right in the night, right there, I say, pointing at the door, and then with my other arm. And we have another vision of someone bleeding all over a table right there. Uh-oh.
Why is that uh-oh?
I
Is
think
it-
he thinks it could be in the future. No, because her parents
No,
are
no,
here.
no.
No.
I say I'm feeling like we might be somehow building a series of events here.
But
Val is going to say, so I just forgive me if everyone else has like implicitly understood this. I just need to make sure because sometimes it doesn't come across. I'm pretty sure what I saw was someone from Belhalla coming into Luan and killing Lothair's grandfather, likely for leaving 50 years ago.
Okay. So we have
He looked similar enough to Alice, which is why I asked him about the holy blood in the hair thing.
When was your dream about?
It was last time we were here.
Okay. What? Pointing to Octavia, when was yours?
in the shrine.
So recently.
Yeah, recently.
And Edwin?
I I think it was also when we were in the shrine.
Octavia, remember too, I think you also had a knife dream.
Who?
Yeah.
What?
Didn't Octavia also have a dream about the door and the knife?
I don't.
I think they had this.
I think we had the two separate ones.
We had
Yeah.
two separate ones, but apparently we now know they are connected. Basically, what happened in Octavia's dream is she woke up from bed heard
Yes, yes,
things
yes.
going on downstairs, probably in the kitchen, went down the steps, lots of creaking, but she kept going to investigate. She noticed there was two people in the room, two people in the room, 2 to 3 people in the room standing, and one on the table
Mm-hmm.
who she could tell was really badly hurt, but not quite clearly how, because Lothair's mom came in and told her to go back upstairs to bed. And
Gotcha. All right, I have my notes mixed up for a moment. Excuse me. Sorry.
it's
That one's
okay.
on me. That was not asked in canon. Excuse me.
Okay.
Yeah. So, oh, where was I before this?
Sorry.
But I don't know if the person on the table got hurt here. It seemed like someone brought them in when I was looking, because I don't know. All I could really see was there's mom's.
I have to ask. Statistically speaking, like, well, no, I don't have to ask anything. That's a lot of dead people for one household.
Well, we kind
Well,
of
I
already
mean,
go ahead. They're being hunted.
yeah, if they're dead because of their holy blood and they've all got the holy blood, then you know.
So, oh boy. There's nothing about this that makes me feel good. Nothing at all, actually. Well, I mean, I guess except for the fact that maybe, uh, oh, I mean, I guess there's the fact that Lothair herself didn't get stabbed in what would have been a very, oh, similar way. Huh.
I want to punch Alice in the face.
Hey, he
Too
didn't
late.
stab.
I know he didn't. I just I
We
would
prevented anything bad happening, and we got him out of that situation. So hopefully he can actually have an original thought for once in his life. So
So now, well, that's a
and
lot of
now
visions, but I'm actually coming up shockingly short on what to do about it.
I well, we should probably talk to Godfrey in a moment. Wait, do you know if either of them have had these dreams?
Well, I don't know.
Huh?
Oh, oh, oh. And
Archibald?
just like sits down on the ground, cross-legged, and just like, ah,
there are
head in
literally
hand.
couches right here, King.
Yeah, no time for the just. Oh, you know, a little while ago, one night, Amalthea, I was standing watch, and Amalthea got up and asked me if I ever had weird dreams because she'd been dreaming about a school. Which in retrospect, I don't know that she went to school. I don't know. I
She's
just
never been
assumed
to
it.
school.
One weird dream about a school is just a kid having a weird dream about school. That
Was
being
there any defining details about it?
no, she just said a school, it didn't really. Well, she said that she hadn't really seen it before, but she she didn't go with us to the
Cheppy,
school, so how would she?
Cheppy, to remind you of what she told you. She did say, I believe it was confirmed, that the description of the school that she saw in her dream matched the description of Kadane.
That was me
Well.
trying to get you to remember that she had described like stained glass windows and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yep. And, well, I did think at the time it did sound a lot like the school that we'd been to, and I was suspicious of that, but I did. Okay. Had more important things to think about than that for a while. Oh, I also suck at keeping everyone informed too, huh? Oh, I'm also part of this.
Well,
Well,
okay,
shit.
okay. Well, now we all know. Apparently, we are having weird dreams that apparently connect to the pasts of some people.
One of whom is in this building.
Yes. But based on what you said about Amalthea's dream, it's also potentially Edwin or Valente's because they're from Cadane. It's just I don't know where we can get through to this until is there any way to look up weird dream sharing or memory sharing? Is there anything that you know about that?
I mean, I've had people shared. People, not people, but I've had dreams shared with me before. It's not. I don't know. I've had dragons share dreams with me, but they're dragons, and you're all,
Okay, but I know we're all humans that we know of. But was there did you have to will it or did it sometimes just happen?
No, it was more like, sitting there, still in the egg, few 100 years out from hatching, and knock knock, it's great grandpa knocking on your developing brain just to let you know that he's got like some sort of sinister plans or whatever. Whole family, in fact.
Uh
It's
Hate it
more
when
of
my grandpa
a
does that.
it, it's more of a if something wants you to know that they're there, they just kind of come knocking.
okay, so okay. And Octavia looks a bit unnerved about that.
I've
Uh,
established what I am.
no, I mean like I think your grandpa or great whatever the fuck he is, he sounds like a turd.
They all were. Still are. Some of them.
Uh,
Haven't.
Ominous.
No, don't. Well, I haven't heard from any of them in a while. Roughly since. Well,
since he left.
roughly since the war.
Oh.
Not one of my wars. The war. I say, gesturing at Val and Octavia.
I didn't fight in that war.
Oh, really? I just sort
This
of
is
assumed.
this is technically false, but Val. This is the truth that Val believes, even though objectively he did fight in that war.
Because he
Frozen.
protected Kadane.
He wanted to make sure none of the students fought unwillingly, so he protected Kadane. But in his mind, he's like, I wasn't in the army, so.
Octavia's like, no, Archibald, I stayed clear of that. I did not want to get involved in that. I
Yeah.
just
No, yeah, you weren't in the war. Just, not, I apologize. Not my war, as in one of the ones that one of the several that happened hundreds of years before you all were born. Your war is in the one that you lived through. Vaguely.
so you had dreams in the War of Shadows and the War of Heroes.
I had dreams all my life, basically up until the War of Heroes, I guess. Is that what they call it? Really? War of
Yeah,
Heroes?
it's a stupid name. I
Yeah,
don't know
that's
why they
really
call it that.
that's just really egotistical. Like, you, I mean,
I hope it
I
doesn't
guess,
catch on.
I guess it's like what you seal away by like entire extended family and community with good reason, and go around proclaiming yourselves here. Well, I guess. I get, the more I think about it, the more apt it is, but that's not the point here, I guess.
Mhm.
But they stopped after that point, and you haven't had any since.
Yeah, this doesn't sound like them. Like, whatever you guys have going on here, that does not sound like
Oh, that's
Earth Threat.
great.
Yeah, because in my experience, like the whole dreams that are actually real thing was a lot more, like just a chat. Like there was always sort of a point to it, like they kind of, you know, the more powerful dragons out there wanted everyone to know what they wanted everyone to know. Just random like snippets of people getting exploded and stabbed and what the hell with the teeth, by the way? That was that, Edwin.
Edwin.
What? Oh, sorry. I think you cut out because I thought I heard you say teeth, and then I was like,
Yeah,
"Huh,
I
is he
No,
said
talking
yeah,
what
to
the hell
me?"
with
that's what he said.
what the hell with the teeth anyway.
Oh, I don't know. It was weird. It was like I woke up in our camp and there was like a girl in someone's bed and she didn't have any teeth and she kept like coughing up blood. So I was trying to give her some soup, but then then she did have teeth and they were really sharp. And then I think I woke up. But I'm starting to think that one's
That,
not one of the real ones.
Oh.
Well,
just yeah, that just sounds like one of those dreams where you wake up and you go, well, that was fucked, and then you go back to bed.
You didn't feel
So that's
any.
what I also thought about the murder dream. So
Was there anything afterward? Because remember, and think closely here, the last time I asked that, you said no, and then a minute later said yes, actually. Was there anything that happened
Well,
afterward?
I don't know. I mean, it was a while ago because that's when I got really hurt and Godfrey gave me the medicine stuff. But that was like after I woke up.
So weird timing, but cannot
Yeah.
confirm or deny. Okay.
did you have any other weird dreams between the teeth dream and the stabbing dream?
Um, I think there was one. It wasn't nearly as dramatic though. It was like I think I got on a boat and I was trying to get it somewhere, but I'm not very good at boats, so I didn't make it very far. Um, and then I like heard something roar or something, and then I woke up again.
The wooden thud sound of Archibald, like, flopping back and hitting his head and arms and torso all at once on the wooden floor, just in a, like, take me
Dramatic.
sort of gesture to the heavens, like, oh god. It's like I've been talking for like the last 20 minutes about how, it wasn't related to Like, well, anyway, you cap it off with you hear a roar in the distance. Great. Cool. Great. Fingers crossed.
Well, okay, so how about in the morning we tell Godfrey and Amalti about this. We see if anyone else has any further dreams, and if it happens, we share with the group until we figure out what is going on.
Yes. And I personally am going to go up to the same room as Godfrey and one of our murderees, and I'm going to sleep there, and I don't know,
I'm gonna
scare
sleep.
whatever malevolent spirits are out there to visit me in a dream, have a chat about what's going on. We'll see.
Octavia now continues to regret saying she take Lothair's altar room. But she's not gonna say it out loud. She's gonna like, if you hear a scream in the night, just come to my door, please.
Yeah. If anyone, you know, wakes up to find any knife wounds that they didn't have, do scream.
At this point, Gare has fallen asleep at some point during your
Yeah.
conversation.
Yeah.
I look over. Well, no, I stand up and I brush myself off a little bit, which is pointless now that I say it out loud because it's Archibald. But I walk over towards the stairs and then pause and just grab from a nearby table someone's like cold, half-empty cup of coffee and just like chug the whole thing and put it back down and then just like well, sweet dreams. And I just head on up.
All right, what are the rest of
Octavia
you?
like takes a minute, sighs, is like, well, good night, and follows after, taking her gear up with her. Because she's going to sleep with Larce's Edge next to her.
All right, I'm gonna go in order of how you guys appear on my screen. Valente, are you doing anything before bed, or are you just flopping on that couch?
Val, yeah, I mean, Val takes off his armor, but he passes out hard and fast. That coffee made him really sleepy.
Oh no! Good night, sweet prince. Edwin, are you doing the same?
Yes. Yes, everyone's going to sleep in his chair.
You also get a couch, so
Oh, okay.
you get to sleep correct position.
I
But
see.
okay, Octavia, you make your way up to the room. You open the door. It's dark in here, but there's a window so you can see by the light of the moon. And it does indeed look pretty much identical to the room you awoken in during your dream. The drawings on the walls are mostly gone now. It seems like those have been cleaned up and replaced with a little bit more mature decoration, painting of flowers or something like that. But other than that, the bed is still the same small single bed with like a pink frilly comforter on it. There's still like childish trinkets all over the dresser and such. So this is definitely the same room.
Octavia just like takes a moment breathing in and out, and she takes off her armor, gets dressed into her usual bed clothes, puts Larce's Edge right next to her, and goes to bed.
All right. And Archibald, you make your way towards the grandfather's room, which is it is the last room on the hall. You enter to find that Godfrey is not asleep. He is actually at the desk writing something in his notebook. He's going to look up and just kind of grimace at you as you enter before going back to whatever he's doing.
You you missed a lot down there. Can I ask you a question? Not another personal question like the other ones from that night at the shrine. Just a different question entirely. I'm very tired and I've drank a lot of caffeine. It really doesn't do much for me. But what? Can I ask you a question?
I guess.
Have you been having any weird dreams, possibly qualifying as visions or prophetic dreams, or conversing with any spirits of the dead?
Clarify?
Oh fuck. The fact that you ask that. Have you had any weird dreams in which you saw, I don't know, weird unexplained phenomena, people you met later on, down the line, people getting murdered, places you have been, or places you went in real life after the dream? Did any lizards leer out of the darkness and speak to you? I don't know.
Speak to me? Definitely not.
Oh, no.
He's gonna give you like a deadpan look and he's gonna say, with what I do for a living, I feel like the fact that I have dreams about lizards should be fairly standard.
This is fair.
But he's gonna like think to himself for a second and he's gonna say, I mean, I've had a few strange dreams over the course of my life, but none that I would consider prophetic. Just odd, I guess.
Nothing in the last few months or so?
I don't think so. At least none that I can remember. I don't really remember them usually.
Well, that makes... That's good. Still a depressingly low number of us who haven't had... That makes what? You, me, and Amalthea for members of the group who haven't had weird prophetic dreams in which they saw someone getting murdered. Or saw this house. So, you know.
This house? Who's having dreams about this house?
Oh, you know, apparently Edwin, Valente, Octavia, and Gare.
Valente never had a dream about this house. Valente dreamt about...
I am aware of that. Archibald does not care enough to specify it.
Yeah, fair enough.
Godfrey's gonna
Just
like
making sure there wasn't a miscommunication.
No, I know, yeah.
Godfrey's gonna raise an eyebrow at you and just say, are you sure it was this house specifically? There's a lot of houses in Luan that look pretty much identical to this one.
Archibald, well, that's noteworthy, I guess, but Edwin had a dream about getting stabbed right at the door to the basement that we both went down into, and Octavia had a dream where she woke up in one of these rooms and went down this set of stairs and saw someone who looked kind of Lothair-ish in the kitchen and someone bleeding out on the table. Coincidentally, feet away from where Edwin had the stabbing dream.
Huh. I see. That's, concerning, I guess, but...
Yeah.
You guys don't think this place is haunted, right? That's silly.
Oh, I'm sorry. I got Archibald's eyelids like half closed, just like looking at him, like a bored look almost. He says, "Oh, I apologize. I forgot to mention. Val and Amalthea also both had dreams about schools recently. One of them included getting Val seeing that teacher blow up. So that's..."
Yeah, she told me about that one. It's a little strange, I will admit. But
head teacher.
I'm sure there's a logical explanation for it.
Oh.
Maybe she was just imagining how it might have looked.
This is hilarious considering she did ask, hey, did the guy that do it have these features? And Godfrey went, yep. And she went, cool.
You know that it's the guy in the painting down there, right? That's the teacher. It's the you. Oh, you said that. I'm sorry. I am very. What the hell did they put in coffee?
Yes, he did say that.
Yeah. It's weird that you don't believe in ghosts, considering just the world and everything. Like, you go to shrines to gods, and like everyone around you is having, and you're like, there's a logical explanation. I think it is a logical explanation. I think the logical explanation is that there's some sort of eldritch being out there knocking on everyone's door at night. But
I mean, I've never seen a ghost, so they're probably not real if I haven't seen one, because I've seen a lot of shit.
oh, you are so shit. I would trade anything in my life to have had yours.
Gottfried is going to audibly and loudly laugh at that.
I'm not kidding.
He's gonna say, "Oh, I know you're not, but it's funny either way." Anyways, you can have the bed for tonight. I think I'm just gonna keep working.
If I start floating out of the bed, shoot me or something. I don't know.
I suppose I can arrange that as a plan B.
Okay. You kill lizards for a living. You'll enjoy it, probably. I'm gonna walk over, take off my, outer clothes, I guess. What the fuck does Archibald wear? Just, take off the cloak and baggage and stuff and hop into bed.
Alright, sleepo beepo time. Godfrey does not take the other side of the bed, so you have the whole bed to yourself. Alright. Edwin. My beloved.
Yeah.
Edwin.
Just gotta get
but-
all my
so-
monologue time in there before this happens,
Before we move on to everyone having fun little dreams, perhaps, our dear friend Olivia just posted some art of our
Yeah.
NPCs.
My
Good.
half of the art tray just dropped, or
Ooh,
Morbos.
the
here, I'll post it in the
Blorbos.
chat. I'll post it in the chat, and I'll show it on the screen. Woo! Blorbo time.
Oh, they're so cute.
Those are our pack of.
Dios mío. Yeah, I accepted like 20 art trade requests yesterday, and
I saw that. I woke up right after you were done, and I was like, ugh, whatever.
I mean, I still got. They're still perpetually open. It's just this time I asked. So if you want to do an art trade, just hit me up. But yeah, Blorbo time.
Blorbos.
And then, all right, Edwin, my friend, how you doing tonight? Is Edwin asleep?
Yeah.
All right, Edwin. You are going to awake at some point during the night, long after everyone else has gone to sleep. It's very dark in the house. There really is only the light of the moon coming through the windows. And the windows are on like the far back wall, so it's not that much light. But you're face up on the couch. You've just woken up, and you kind of feel like you got like a weird feeling, like someone might be watching you.
That is weird. Can I look around from where I am on the couch without getting up, or is that not
Yeah.
anything?
Yeah, you can roll over and look around. At first you don't really see anything. You spot Gare's foot sticking into your vision from the corner of your eye. You see maybe like the top of Val on his couch over in the corner. But those things, you expected those things. But as you skirt your eyes over to where the room opens up, so the living room, I don't have a floor map for this, and I apologize, but the living room, so the stairs are right next to the living room, but in between the stairs and the living room is the hallway, and leading to the hallway, how you get from the living room to the hallway is a sort of big open arched area, so it's an open concept sort of room. You can see from where you are the tiniest sliver of where the wall at the end of the hallway bends towards sort of where the basement door would be. So you can see a tiny little space, dark space. And in that tiny little space, you think you can make out the silhouette of what looks to be a person.
Oh, well, it's probably one of the other guys who got up because they needed to go pee or something. Is it moving?
Girl, you are literally in a story.
Is it moving?
Like,
It's not moving, but you do hear a sound. It's a strange, almost like low hum. You more feel it than you hear it.
Uh-huh.
Huh.
A low,
I should-
droning hum.
Okay. I should go make sure that person is okay, I think. So everyone's gonna get up off the couch and head over there.
You get up off the couch and you head over there, and you approach the person slowly, and they don't really move as you approach, and your eyes are beginning to adjust to the light now. And as you approach, you can see that this is not anyone that you know, at least as far as you remember. This is a completely different person. They're around your height, blonde, and wearing clothes that you can't really identify.
Alright, that's weird. There's some strange person in Lothaire's house. Are they facing me?
Yeah, they're facing you. You're pretty much eye to eye. Maybe they're a little bit taller than you.
Okay. Edwin has no idea what to do in this situation, so he's just like, hello?
The person, you can probably assume that this person is a woman just based on appearance. They're wearing a very low-cut shirt, so that helps.
Yeah.
But she is going to not really say anything to you. She's just standing before you, but she is going to, like, reach up slowly and just, like, put her hands on either side of your head. And you notice that as she puts her hands around your head, her hands have no weight to them. They're just ghostly across your skin.
Okay.
Are you going to do anything about it?
I don't think Edwin would stop her. He's like kind of a deer in the headlights kind of person when shit goes down.
As she does this to you, she's got a very blank look in her eye. Like there's no thoughts behind her eyes. And she's just looking down at you, and she's got your head in her hands. And then she just slowly begins to just like kind of squeeze your cheeks a little bit. And then all of a sudden you're back on the couch. You wake up and the house is empty. Gare and
As in, like,
Valente
empty
are
of-
exactly where they were before, and this
Okay.
tiny sliver of hallway in which you saw the vision of that person is dark and empty.
Okay. It's empty of strange ghosts. It's not empty of my friends.
Well, the hallway didn't have any of your friends in it in the first place, so.
Yes, okay. Fair enough.
But yeah, would you like to go back to sleep, or?
I feel like Edwin, like, reaches over to Val and, like, shakes him just a little bit to see if he'll wake up, and if he doesn't, then maybe Edwin will just go back to sleep, but...
Does Val wake up?
Let me flip a coin.
There we go.
Good.
Okay, I flipped heads, which I determined was going to be, he woke up, so.
Okay.
Val, mutters to himself, and, like, his eyes, like, blearily blink open, and he's like, what's going on?
Edwin just, like, leans over to, like, whisper so as to not wake Gare, who I assume is probably sleeping pretty heavily over
Gare
there.
is conked the fuck out.
Yeah. Everyone's just like, I think I had another weird dream. Should I do anything about it?
Fucking. We can talk about it tomorrow.
Okay. Good night.
Good night. And then Val immediately passes out again.
Edwin goes back to sleep.
All
Oh my
right.
Or at least
God.
tries.
Edwin's sleepo beepo moments. All right. The rest of the night hours pass without incident for all of you. All of you who were asleep remain asleep. No weird dreams had by anyone else. And then the morning comes. Archibald, you awaken to find the room you were in empty. Godfried is gone. His stuff seems to be packed.
Yeah, that tracks.
Well, his stuff is still in the room, but it's like packed up.
Oh.
Yeah, he didn't just fuck off. He
Sam's
left
like,
the party.
no more Godfrey!
He left the party. He died. The ghost got him.
Oh my god.
You find him in the basement. No, not yet at least.
Literally, I'd actually
Oh
probably
God,
cry.
murder mystery.
Oh, come on! Don't get too attached to the NPCs. They could die at any minute.
I don't want them
Damn.
to die.
Probably the most attached to the NPCs.
Yeah.
But yes, Archibald, you awaken to find Godfrey no longer in the room. The only, excuse me, the only thing that he appears to have taken with him is his shoes, his coat, and the mug that was full of coffee before. Everything else is exactly where he left it. Perhaps a bit cleaner. Octavia, you awaken to find your little room exactly the way you left it when you were asleep. Your sword is still by your side. The flower paintings are still on the wall. The comforter is still pink. Nothing has changed. Edwin and Valente, same deal. Everything is the same. Gare is somehow even further slouched in his chair. His mouth is open. He's catching flies and snoring loudly. And as you two wake up and sort of like get your bearings of the house, you can see that Lothair, Amalthea, and Godfried are all at the dining room table, talking about whatever. You're not entirely sure. But yeah, it's morning now.
Octavia dress is like heaves a sigh of relief. It's like she knows there's still freaky shit going on, but she's like, okay, it seemed like it was okay. That's good.
No one had any weird dreams last night. It was fine.
Yeah, that she knows of yet. and she gets dressed and takes herself downstairs.
All right, Archibald, are you coming downstairs? Are you chilling in bed or?
I'm gonna
doing other
spend
stuff?
roughly the first minute of being awake, just sort of staring up at the ceiling and just like, well, they didn't come for me yet. Whatever they are. Room
The
doesn't look.
killer.
No like books flown off any shelves or anything around me, right? No like goo dripping from the ceiling.
No, in fact, there seems to be books put back onto shelves, but you can assume that was Godfried's doing, not a ghost.
Yeah, that also tracks. Okay, after like a minute of just lying in bed and going, I can't wait to find out what horrors await. I will get up and make my way down.
All right. As Archibald finally makes his way downstairs, it seems that the three NPCs that were already awake are finishing up whatever breakfast they were having before. So Amalthea is just kind of like picking at some unknown berry-like sludge on her plate, just kind of making patterns with it with her fork. Lothair is talking about, you're not entirely sure, some story she heard at the temple or whatever one time. Small talk, and then Godfried is like pulling on his coat, and he is going to get up from the table. He's going to say, well, I have a few errands I'd like to run in the city before we have to leave, so I'm just going to go do that.
Don't kill anyone.
He's gonna give you another look, like, fuck off.
That was a joke. That was a joke. You're fine.
He's gonna go, yeah, sure. I'll be back within 2 hours, maybe. and he's gonna skedoodle.
Octavia, I'm guessing she came down like soon before Archibald. So she's also like, what's for breakfast? Because it seems like, okay, no one's traumatized or looks upset or is not here, so everything is okay.
Lothair is going to point to what's before her. It looks like a jar of jam and a loaf of bread, and she says, "You can have as much as you want."
Thank you. What jam flavor is this?
I'm pretty sure it's strawberry, but the farmer would not tell me when I asked.
May I smell
Huh.
them?
Yeah, you can smell
That's
it.
not in character. That's me asking. Can Archibald walk up and just
Oh
take
yeah,
a
you
whiff
can
of them?
sniff.
Yeah, sure.
I
they
assume like
smell-
Octavia was holding the jar, and then Archibald just took the jar.
Oh yeah, totally. Do they smell like fermenty or whatever?
Nope, they just kind of smell like normal jam. It seems like it's mostly sugar though, so.
Huh. Yeah, that's normal.
Okay. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Octavia wasn't putting it towards Lothair, but yeah, that's a point there. And
Lothair
she
doesn't
looks
give
to
a shit. You're welcome.
I know. It's like, and then
And
she
we love
just
her for it.
and we love her for it. We love her so much. Yeah, Octavia has breakfast.
Edwin, like, at some point before Archibald manages to get too far into their room, like, taps him on the shoulder, and it's kind of like, did you want to hear if I had any more weird dreams? But like whispering mostly to Archibald, because like Lothair and Amalthea are right there, and they weren't there last night, so Edwin isn't sure what's supposed to be secret.
Take that to mean that you had more.
Yes. It was
Oh,
really short though.
you're like a magnet. Well, go on. What happened?
Just there was like a lady in the hallway, and she like put her hands on my head, and Edwin like puts his hands on the sides of his head, like to show what she was doing. He's like, and she just did that, and then I woke up.
And nothing was different from when you fell asleep. Like you were still in bed.
No,
Everything was all
yeah,
no. You weren't like levitating in the air or
no,
anything. Didn't like
no,
weren't out in a field.
no. It was all just like as if I had woken up normally, except there was like a ghost in the hallway.
I see. Well, obviously disturbing, but shockingly just on brand for how it's been going, apparently. So, yeah, okay, noted. So, basement's still haunted is the theory.
My basement
Definitely
is
still haunted.
haunted?
Yep.
Yeah.
By
Oh,
what?
shit.
Edwin's
I
just
did.
looking at Archibald like,
Archibald.
I don't know what to say.
Edwin looks at Archibald. Archibald just turns and looks like Octavia or something like.
Octavia's like mid chewing her bread. But she realizes she's the only one with enough brain cells to actually make an explanation of this, I guess. So while we were talking after you guys went to bed last night, we've been having weird dreams. And some of
Weird
those dreams, yeah, dreams. And like I'm just speaking of what happened with mine. I had a dream that I was in this house before I even knew it existed.
Whoa. What were you doing in my house?
Yeah, your house.
What were you doing in my house?
I think I was sleeping in your room, and then I went down the stairs and I saw your mom.
You saw my
And
mom?
I think I saw your mom.
How?
I don't know.
She's,
really
she's
don't
gonna like
know.
give you an owlish expression and be like, my mom passed away years ago.
Yeah.
There it is.
Not that. Oh, you've never seen her before.
Well, of course I've never seen her before in person because now we know she passed away. Okay,
How did you know it was
It's
my
a-
mom?
yeah, I didn't know she was your mom at the time. It was really weird. And a lot of things were happening, so I didn't really have enough time until now or last night to really talk about it. It was just weird. And when I saw the stairs and when I saw your old room, it was the same, pretty much.
She's gonna like reach out across the table and like take your hand. She's gonna say, "Did my mom say anything to you? Did she have any messages for me from beyond?"
Oh,
Uh, um,
uh,
I don't think it was that kind of dream, Luther. She just
Oh.
told me to go back to my room.
Oh. Well,
I'm
yeah,
sorry.
she used to say that a lot, so.
Um, I think okay, just this is if what I'm about to say upsets you in any way, just tell me to shut up. I think during that dream I woke up and there was someone injured on the kitchen table,
uh,
and
no, you go,
yeah,
you go, you go.
and she saw that I was there, and then she told me to leave. And in kind of the way, like, you know how moms tell you when you're not supposed to be somewhere that you really shouldn't see, and she was scared.
As you talk, Lethair's bright and sunny expression slides off her face like warm butter.
Yeah.
The corners of her mouth turn downwards, and she says, "I've had that dream before too. In fact, it wasn't a dream the first time it happened. How did you see
For
that?"
I don't know. I'm not magic.
I
Like,
mean, clearly you are, if you're able to see other people's
no.
memories like that.
And Octavia at that point, like, no, this is listen, Lothair, my brother, he would have dreams sometimes that was kind of like that because he was magic. He went to school for that to handle that stuff. I'm
Amalthea's
not.
gonna look up as you almost say a swear word. Like, do
I'm
it.
not gonna say
Do
it.
it.
No, not right now. I'll teach you the swear word later.
She knows all the swear words. She just wants to
I
hear you say
know. And Octavia's kind of babbling a little bit. It's like, no, I. This has never happened before for me. This is new.
This is new. Well, that's pretty weird, I will admit. And, well, have you seen any other of my memories?
Not that I. No.
Maybe we
no.
have a connection.
Okay.
ah,
Uh. You.
well,
Well, I don't know if I still don't think I have holy blood.
Well, that's okay. We can still have a connection. You know, like soulmates or something like that.
Octavia has like an interesting expression at that, and like at first you're kind of like thinking she's gonna be sick because, but Lothair doesn't realize it because she's thinking about other things, and Octavia's like, that's a much nicer thought. Uh-huh.
Well, I think it's important to stay on the bright side. To be honest, I've had a couple weird dreams lately too, but I didn't really think much of it. Everyone has weird dreams once in a while.
Oh no.
Oh,
That's out loud. That's Archibald in the corner. Oh no.
Octavia continues to hold Lothair's hand if Lothair is holding her hand.
Yeah, Lothair's
Just
holding
a-
your hand.
Yeah, yeah. And Octavia's like, how weird.
I mean, pretty weird. Of places outside of Luan, surely. Definitely places I've never been, but I assumed that my brain was just coming up with them.
I mean,
Also-
yeah.
Like,
Sorry, go ahead.
kind of like staring at a wall this whole time. Like he looks like he slept really well, and he woke up like a little too groggy though. Like he was deep in there, and when he's still in there.
Me,
And he
every
goes.
day.
And so he like turns to her and he wipes his eyes and he goes, "Was it perchance a large building with students in it and stained glass windows?"
She's gonna like look at you kind of and go, no, I don't think so. It was more of just a house. A normal house. Well, not my house, but someone's house. I just remember walking around and looking at stuff, but I don't quite remember what I was looking at. And then I woke up. Does that count as weird?
I mean,
Well-
I walked around in your house.
That's
But
fair.
Most
Yeah.
and Val, would Val have this information? No, he
Wanna
wouldn't.
check?
No. This is like is Val smart enough to know this?
Oh, are you smarter than a Valente?
Check
No,
those
Val
things.
wouldn't. Val wouldn't know about the fact that humans, can't construct faces they haven't seen before. So if you have seen someone in your dream that looks like someone you've never met, and then you meet that person, that's magic. Because your brain, the people in your dreams, even if you don't recognize them, you've seen them before.
Mm-hmm. Ow, my
Um,
foot. Sorry, just hit my head
But
on
Val
the
doesn't know that. Val does not know about advanced psychology.
advanced.
fair enough, Val.
Yeah,
I didn't know that either.
Same.
Val, yeah, fun
I did know
times with
that
me.
one. I did know that one.
Archibald,
Val
meanwhile,
is
in
going
the
to
corner,
say,
screaming.
well, apparently Amalthea dreamt about Cadane.
Cadane. That's where you're all from?
I'm
Yeah.
the janitor there.
Ah, yes. And then she's gonna turn to Amalthea, and Amalthea's just gonna shrug a little and say, I don't know. It might have been Cadane. Might have been any old church-looking building.
But you were a student in your dream, which
Oh, yeah, I was
most-
definitely a student.
and you were a lot of the kids. Were they dressed like Edwin?
She's gonna look at Edwin, give him the old once-over. She's gonna say, yeah, they were dressed like nerds.
Octavia, because she's nervous, does laugh at that.
They all have their
I was
little
gonna say,
cloaks and hats and shorts and stuff.
do you
Everyone's
remember
just
any
like,
of
yeah,
the
that
stained
sounds
glass?
right.
I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure that's Cadane. But if you can remember any of the stained glass windows in detail, I have to clean them once every other week, so I have them memorized.
She's gonna like look at you and say, that's probably a question that I should have answered back when I had the dream and remembered.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm gonna say like 80% chance that was Cadane, based on what's going on here. And then Val kind of like sits there for a second and like processes like I don't know what Sam's plans are, but Val's like, oh, if everyone's having memories of each other's stuff, someone might have a dream of Mordana. This sucks. And then like just like kind of goes, yep, that's all the information Val's about to say that's all the information I have, and then he remembers that he saw Lothair's grandfather's murder, and he like freezes, and he looks at everyone else, and he's like making a face of like, should I tell her this? Because he
Octavia like
doesn't-
gives a slurred jerk of no.
And then he goes,
Archibald on the other side of Lothair is giving a like shrug of maybe.
The angel and the devil on your shoulders.
Yeah.
this is what it's like having autism. Is you're like, should I? And then no one tells you, and you are just like, oh no.
Oh no.
Yeah.
And Octavia just tried to be like, no, don't. Octavia tries to get Lothair's attention away. Is like, was there a tree outside the house?
A tree outside the house? I wasn't
it
outside the house, so I don't really know. I didn't leave the house.
Was there a window?
I mean, there was lots of windows. It was a house.
Yeah,
Oh.
I mean, I'm.
I believe Octavia is asking if there was any identifying features in the house.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't really remember. I know that it wasn't a super fancy house. Like, it didn't look like a rich person lived there. It didn't look like my house at all. The architecture was very different. But other than that, I don't really know.
Could you, this is probably, if you can't remember, no worries. Could you tell, how many people do you think could live in the house comfortably?
3 or 4, maybe?
Okay. Well, I don't think we're gonna be able to deduce much more than that if you can't remember anything specific.
Yeah, she's just gonna
And Val's
shrug.
like going to look at like Edwin and be like giving him a look like, "Did you want to tell her?"
Edwin just shrugged. He's like, I don't know what's going on in this conversation.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's. How about we return since we've notified this. The soulmate option, I guess, is a viable option. It's a nice one to think about. That's cool. Edwin, what the fuck did you see last night? And she's so nervous.
Oh.
She does let the swear out.
Amalthea's got a big grin on her face, like, hell yeah.
Archibald.
Just to be clear, this is not the first time Amalthea's heard the word "fuck."
No, yeah,
Val
but
says
she's
it
15, so every time she hears it, she gains, like, 2 happiness points. Because she's 15.
Okay, good. It just,
Archibald, like
Octavia was like, "I'll teach you the swear later," and I'm like, I think she knows all the swears.
Yeah, that's true.
Val doesn't censor himself because he doesn't think it matters.
Your child comes preloaded with swears. Edwin like pauses because he's like, he kind of didn't want to say in front of Lothair because like he's like, he has the sense to realize that this ghost is probably like her relative, but Octavia asked with a whole swear word in it, so now he has to answer.
Sorry, bud. She's nervous.
Yeah, Edwin's like, well, everything was really normal. It was just the same as when I went to sleep, except I saw someone in the hallway, and when I went to see who it was someone I'd never seen before. And she like put her hands on my head, and he does the thing again of putting his hands on the sides of his head. And then I woke up.
Huh.
What?
That's it.
What
That's
did
it.
What'd she look
what
like?
did the person
Or
look
what'd they look
like?
like? Excuse me.
She had like blonde hair, I think.
Short blonde hair?
I didn't see a lot. It was kind of dark. Yeah.
No,
I
she
think
did not
so.
have short blonde hair. She had long blonde
No,
hair.
she didn't. Never mind. I thought I remembered you saying that, but apparently not.
Sorry.
Sam did say that she looked like Lothair, but that was basically we
Yeah.
got blonde and looks like Lothair. Those were the two adjectives.
Yeah.
Those were the two.
Yeah.
descriptors.
I don't think I
Edwin-
said she looks
yeah.
like Lothair.
Just a little
I
bit
definitely
taller.
heard blonde.
She's
Yeah.
blonde, and she's a little bit taller
Yeah.
than you. That's all the
Yeah.
details you asked for.
Yeah.
Uh,
Edwin's like, actually, I could go look at the drawings you have and see if it was anyone there.
oh, yeah, that's most of my family. At least anyone that would have lived in this house.
Okay, I'm gonna go do that. And Edwin immediately gets up to leave this incredibly tense room.
Edwin, as you go look at the portraits on the wall, you take a close look at each and every one of them, and none of them look like the woman from your dreams. Not even
Okay.
remotely.
Edwin
Fuck.
goes back and he's like, well, I don't think it was any of them, but
What?
it was a lady and she had blonde hair, and it's definitely not anyone in any of those drawings, so hope that narrows it down.
Octavia's
No.
just gonna give him a look. He's kind of like, how does that narrow it down, Daddy? She
Lethair's,
isn't gonna say anything, but she's like, ah.
Lethair just kind of cocks her head a little bit like, I see. I don't get it at all.
Yeah.
Me too.
That was mirroring the expression.
Edwin shrugs. He's like, I don't make up the dream people. I mean, I guess I do, but I don't know.
Amalthea is gonna turn to you and say, Edwin, that sounds really haunted. If you bring ghosts into our camp, I'm gonna scream.
It's okay. I don't really want ghosts in our camp either. It's getting kind of unnerving.
Kind of.
I walk over to Amalthea and bend down in her ear and whisper, Amalthea, did you say to me that you were having dreams about a school?
Yeah, but there were no ghosts in it. There were just nerds.
There could be nerd ghosts.
She's gonna pale a couple shades at that, but she's
Oh.
not
Octavia
gonna
like
say.
slaps Archibald on quit it.
No,
With her free hand.
she's got
No. Val goes, don't worry, we got, and then like, because she's still tired, she starts counting on her fingers, and she goes, 2 to 3 people in this party that know magic, and that can kill ghosts. And if they were just nerds, I bet if you punched them in the face, it would work.
Huh. Yeah, that sounds like it could work. I don't really know enough about ghosts.
If
Are
they bleed,
ghosts
they're not
real?
a ghost. I to be determined.
Huh.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm
You know what
trying
that
to
means,
think
right?
like Octavia did say this place is haunted, but I'm almost trying to think like, does Octavia actually believe in ghosts?
Archibald is lying. He believes in ghosts, and it shows.
Val is ambivalent to the belief of ghosts. Val's like, I've seen a lot of things, but as the janitor of a college full of magic students, and I have decided that thinking about what caused those things causes more anguish than it's worth. So I just clean it up. What that means is up to you.
She's gonna nod. She's gonna be like, huh. That sounds like a lot. But I'll think about it later.
As you do.
As you guys are chatting about various dreams you've had, Lethair goes on several tangents about completely normal dreams that she's had, but she's very excited to tell someone about.
Octavia
she's-
listens happily.
She's very much the kind of woman who's like, if horoscopes existed, she'd be all over that shit. So she's trying to dissect her dreams to you guys at this table as you guys are like shaking and shuddering over the potential of ghosts in the house. She's just like, so I'm an Aquarius or something like that. whatever the Jugdral version of horoscopes are. I don't actually
have
remember
no
what month
idea
she's
what
born.
Val has no idea what she's talking about, but nods along like he absolutely, because he's listening, but it's like if someone was speaking Spanish to him. He's like, these words don't mean anything to me, but I'm listening, and I could parrot it back if asked. But if they were to be like, and then what does that mean? He go, I don't know.
So polite.
I would. What type of role would the horoscope fall under? Shit.
What are you trying to research?
I'm just kind of thinking, like, because in Octavia's previous profession, and probably some people she worked with as a mercenary, there have been, like, the version of horoscopes being brought up, or, like, palm reading, or stuff like that.
You want her to tell you your horoscope?
I mean, no, I mean, like, kind of like, does Octavia follow what's going on?
Yeah, you can make a roll for that. What would that even be?
I don't know.
I don't want to say it's, like, nature or history.
Yeah.
Is it a religion check?
Yeah, let's
Do we
go
have
with
religion?
Yeah, faith magic.
Yeah, let's go with faith. Why not?
Okay,
That's
that's a
of
-3 because it's magic. That's what I said. Octavia is not magic. She's very behaved like, I'm not magic.
Val is -4.
Oh my god.
Uh-oh.
Does it count if it landed on my phone?
Did it
I mean,
land
can
right
you
side
read it?
up?
Yeah, it landed right
And
side
then,
up.
yeah, that
That's
counts.
a 0.
Did you just ask if a D20 landed right side up? What side up?
Well, like,
I'm
a
sorry.
side is up.
No,
Yeah,
it's
I'm assuming.
You got a 0, you said?
yeah, because it's a -3 modifier. I got a 0.
Right.
Apparently Yugdral's version of horoscopes is wildly different from Arcanea's, so you do not follow at all what she is saying.
Okay, Octavia's just nodding like,
She's basically speaking French.
Octavia and Val are in the same situation right now. Solidarity.
Yeah, solidarity.
Excuse
Friendship.
me. Archibald says excuse me, and he's going to the bathroom.
Alright.
That's a lie. I would like to roll for what I have to roll to while everyone's busy listening and trying to comprehend Lothair, to creep on down the hallway and go take a peek down in the basement again.
Okay, yeah, sure. I'm not gonna make you roll for that. You can just go do that. When you get to the basement, it seems that nothing has changed or moved. It's exactly how you left
I'm
it.
going to that cabinet.
You go to the cabinet. It's exactly where it was yesterday.
Sword out, open cabinet.
Everything is literally exactly how it was yesterday. Right down to the shitty folding job.
Including the clothes?
Including the clothes. None of the clothes have moved.
I bolt upstairs and run over to the door, and I say, hey, Edwin, could you come help me with something for a second?
Yeah, sure.
Amalthea's
Edwin
gonna
is
quietly,
Sure.
under her breath, go, in the bathroom?
Archibald will not respond, just stare blankly.
Edwin doesn't even
He
think
was
about it. He just wants to
annoying
get out of
Edwin.
this room.
I will drag you back down to the basement and just whisk you on over to the cabinet again and pry it open again and just say, the woman last night was wearing clothes, right? I hope.
Yes.
Was
I
it
didn't
something
look
in here?
super closely at them.
Was it something in here? Would you know?
You want to roll to make a check?
I do want to roll. Seem to remember her clothes were hazy. What kind of roll would you call that? Oh, I don't know. That was my question.
You could probably do perception.
Okay.
I will
6.
hold them all up.
A 6?
Oh!
It's too hazy to tell. Not only was it dark, it was also apparently a dream.
There was a low cut. It was low cut was the only.
It was low cut. That's the only thing you know, is that she was wearing a low cut shirt. You could see the
Oh,
top
that's
of
right.
her,
Okay.
the top
Is
of her
there
business.
anything that is low cut among
No, these are all priest robes. They are extremely high cut.
Yeah.
Edwin just shakes his head like, no.
Well, that was worth a shot, I think.
Yeah, probably.
I'm very glad Edwin did not mention when he was trying to describe who was in his dream, like, oh, she had her tits out.
Yeah.
She had
Yeah.
huge boobs.
Huge badunkers.
Sam did promise a big titty character in the future. It's gonna happen.
I did, didn't I?
You
Oh God,
did.
is that her? Oh,
Ghost.
is she?
Ghost.
Is there a
titties.
witch?
I
Is there a
literally
ghost
cannot
witch?
answer that question, King. I
I
can't.
know, I'm making you suffer. But yes,
I know
I
Sam
will.
has a person in her brain that she's rotating really hard right now. Can't say shit about, and I
It
relate.
Uh-huh.
rotates
You
you.
can feel the pain when she says, "I can't tell you like that." Of course, I know that. I'm not expecting an answer. The fact that she says it like that means she's suffering,
I'm
not me.
suffering. I want to say everything so bad.
We better
uh,
hurry up and get to that part of the
Yeah.
story.
yeah, yeah.
Lose it.
Oh, here's
Sam,
can
Sam,
I be nice?
I stopped
And
It's
torturing you if
fine.
you let us
Stringing
level
you
up.
along is just as fun, if not more fun.
If we get to level up this session, I don't torture you anymore.
Yeah, no, I definitely not.
not
Okay. I am going to fold the clothes for realsies this time. Probably not as good as they were, but way better than I did yesterday when I was just like, yeah, whatever. And I'm going to neatly tuck them all back in, which may or may not have to do with the fact that I do not want to disrespect the ghosts that they belong to.
As you're folding, as you're folding the clothes and paying respects to the dead, you hear the door at the top of the stairs close.
What?
The door
Buck,
closes.
I look
Everyone's like,
over.
everyone like looks at Archibald like, did you hear that?
Unfortunately, yeah. Okay.
Do you do you think someone closed the door behind us?
For once in my life, no, who am I kidding? I've wished it was a prank a lot. I hope it's Amalthea. I hope it's just a child. I'm going to close the cabinet gently and pull out the sword again.
Okay.
Say, do you want me to go first?
Edwin just nods.
I walk a little bit of the way out, like halfway across, not
Mhm.
inside of up the stairwell, just like part of the way across the room. And just sort of I don't really know how Archibald doesn't really know how to do like communications of dreams or anything like that. He's not an elder god, he's a little lizard. He's a
Mhm.
gecko. But he's like just sort of quietly thinking very hard and then says out loud and also thinking very hard as he says it. Hello?
Uh, in regards to the mechanics of how your, I guess, psychic speaking works, is that dragon to dragon only? Is it dragon to human, dragon to spirit? Like, how much reach
I
do you
have
have?
no idea. You're the DM. I'm just like shooting
I'm gonna
shit
say
here.
it's dragon to dragon only. Does that work for you? That would make the
I
most
assumed
sense.
it wasn't even voluntary, so like,
Yeah. You don't get any answer back from the spirits of the world or the dragons of the world.
yep, like, and no ghosts are like, hey, what up?
Yeah,
Uh,
nothing jumps out at you.
I walk over and take a look up the stair.
It's dark.
Was it dark when we started?
I mean, you're holding the candle, so it became dark when you went down.
Edwin, stick close to me.
Yeah, no problem. Edwin's like glued to Archibald.
If I hold the candle up the stairwell, is there anything on it?
Nope, it's empty.
Is there a? Okay, let me. Can I see the door at the top?
Yep, you can.
You need to repeat that. I didn't
I
get
said
that.
yes, you can.
Is there a crack under the door with light filtering in, as I should expect from a door?
Yeah, there is a crack with light. And, around the
Normal light.
sides and the top as well.
Normal light.
Yeah, normal light. Daylight. Maybe the front door is open or something.
I look down at Edwin and say, you wanna go back upstairs, kid?
Yeah, I kind of do.
Let's go. Let's leave this place in peace to the ceiling and the world around us in general, and
How loud are you
gingerly
talking right
make
now?
my
How
way.
loud are you guys talking? Are you whispering? You just speaking?
I think
the
Edwin
previous
is
stuff,
whispering.
the other stuff was like half whisper. The in peace was more of a just not shouting, just like, in peace. In peace. Just out loud.
How
Like
long has it taken you guys to get here from where you were at the
the actual like getting the whole up to the clothes thing, it was like barely any time. The darkness, I'm gonna say that the stairwell is going to be the time consuming part.
Okay.
I'm not about that shit.
Yeah.
Creeping
Alright.
on up, right?
Yeah.
We're going up, Sam.
Alright. Yeah. The stairs operate as normal.
When we get to the top, right?
Yeah, you get to the top.
Is there any... I pause at the door.
You hear
Before
someone
opening it.
shuffling around on the other side. Or something, I should say.
I look down the stairs first.
Nothing behind you except for Edwin.
Mhm.
Ah,
Edwin
nerd.
is dragged down to hell a la Orpheus and Eurydice.
Don't look back, Archibald. Don't look back.
I will hand the candle to Edwin and open the door.
Are you just opening the door? Are you still holding your sword?
Yes.
Okay, you open the door, and on the other side of the door, there is no one. Whoever was shuffling around seems to be gone now. But you hear someone moving around on the stairs, which are on the other side of the wall.
Is the house the same?
Looks the same.
Same
Can we still
time
hear
of
those
day?
guys? Can we still hear Lothair describing her dreams
Yeah,
in
Lothair
detail?
has moved on from night dreams to daydreams.
Okay.
Someone is shuffling
Incredible.
around in the stairwell direction.
Yeah, the stairs upstairs.
Do you hear that?
Yeah. Do you think Godfrey came back?
Gottfried shuffle with that metal foot?
I don't know. I haven't listened that hard to Godfrey's feet.
He can't sneak for shit. He just sort of clunks around. I gotta know.
Yeah.
Are you in?
Yeah.
Oh boy. Do you have the bird? Who has the bird?
I think Valente has the bird.
Shit, I'm fucking going for it. This is me to the players. I'm fucking going for it.
Yeah.
Let's go. I'm going up.
As you go up, you quietly hear like Lothair in the other room mumbling to herself, or not mumbling to herself, mumbling to her captive audience, like, what could be taking those boys so long in the bathroom? But other than that, she does not get up to do anything. All right,
Going up.
you're going up. All right. There's
whether you want to stay at the bottom of the stairs and watch or not is up to you.
I feel like Edwin has to go for solidarity now.
Aww.
Ghostbusters!
All right. Y'all make it up to the second floor landing, and whatever it seems to be, you can't hear anything, but all the bedroom doors are closed.
All of them?
Yeah, they're all closed.
Were they all closed?
Uh, you can't remember. Also, you didn't really look.
Oh. Well, wanna go check out our rooms? See if our stuff's been tampered with or something? You know, normal.
Edwin thinks about it and he's like, I'll just go see if it is Godfrey who came back.
But yeah, let's go to Godfrey and I's room. Let's go there. Together.
Yeah, alright.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to, like, hide the sword. But it's still not sheathed. It's just, like, under my cloak or something.
Mm-hmm. Okay. You make your way to the grandfather's room. I assume you're opening the door?
I
Yes.
knock once, and then gingerly open the door.
Uh, as you knock, you can hear someone, presumably Godfried, say, "Come in." And as you open the door, you can see that he is sitting on the floor in front of his carrying case, packing stuff away.
Oh, thank God. Gods. Got my Fire Emblem mixed up. Were you the one, by chance, who just closed the basement door?
Uh, sorry, were you down there? I didn't see a light, so.
Yeah. No, that was, well, given... Never mind. That's just you.
He's gonna give you a super duper weird look. But then
Look,
he's gonna
everyone
go
was
back to
you
packing his stuff.
you went out. Everyone else was in the main room. Door closed behind us, and we heard creeping up the stairs. You never know what that is, right?
Well, oh, let me guess. You thought it was a ghost.
Or a thief.
It
You
totally could have been a ghost. I'm just saying.
Now you're gonna get the look, Edwin.
your lack of belief is your lack of like imagination is shocking, given the fact that you know I like mime like stat a neck stabbing motion and then like pouring of vials into each other or whatever I think he does.
Does mad scientist charades at you?
Yeah.
Godfrey's gonna say, well, there's enough scary things in the world where there's no point worrying about ghosts. That just adds another thing to the pile, right?
I think they're pretty important in the pile, actually. But
Well,
sure.
if they were real, maybe they would be.
What part of what part of my dead grandfather talked to me when I was an egg did you not grasp?
He's gonna shrug and say, maybe
Oh,
it's different for dragons, but when it comes to people, generally ghosts are just your mind making what it wants you to see. They're not actually real. It's all in your
you
head.
fought we fought skeletons.
Yeah, but those are different.
How?
Well, because they're the meat part, or the bone part, I guess. Also, he's gonna, like, lean to the side a little bit and say, is that a sword?
You never know.
You're... You're gonna attack a ghost with a sword?
House haunted. What? Locked sword. House haunted.
The sword also opens doors and stuff, you know?
I guess. Anyways, we should probably get ready to go soon. The boat's all ready, so we can leave whenever we want. We probably don't want to be sailing on rough waters during the nighttime, so if we want to get to an island that we can rest at before dark, we should probably leave now.
Hmm.
Okay. Kind
Yeah,
of fine with leaving this haunted house.
sure. Yep, same.
All right.
On the way out, I just turn, look at Godfrey and go, Were all the doors closed up here when you came in? I forgot if I closed the door earlier.
He's gonna like shrug and say, "I don't remember." Is that important?
No, of course not. And I close the door and walk out. And then, and this is for flavor, we don't have to roleplay this. Edwin is free to walk away. Archibald waits a little bit, and then he goes to every single room on the fucking floor in this hallway, and just one by one listens by the door, peeks in, closes, moves to the next one, and repeats for the entire fucking building.
Edwin probably like makes it down the stairs and then like watches Archibald do that.
There are no ghosts in any of these rooms as far as you can see.
Hell yeah.
Alright, are y'all ready to scoot then?
Yeah,
Yes,
that
ma'am.
works. So,
Val will, of course, reassure Lefair that she will write, and especially if they find the Valkyrie staff, and give her a hug goodbye.
She is happy to hug you goodbye. In fact, she hugs all of you goodbye, whether you want it or not.
I love her so dearly.
I love her, but also after the soulmates question, Octavia's like gonna return the hug, but she still has like a really weird look on her face. She's doing it.
Alright. She lets you guys know that if you guys are ever in Luan for any reason, don't even think about going to the inn. Just come straight here. She'd be happy to give you a place to stay.
Thank you.
She's gonna say, no problem. I'm always happy to have friends.
Yeah, friends are good.
Alright, just give me 1 second as I change something on something.
Uh-oh.
No, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry
You
about it.
fucker.
No, don't worry about it.
Uh,
Alright, I'm done. Okay. You guys make your way to the port. We'll go a little bit longer since it's only 9:30, if that's okay.
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
Oh?
She's gonna kill us all.
What?
Let's go.
I think as soon as they're about to walk and Octavia realizes they're going to the harbor, she's like, shit, I forgot to ask Lethair for medicine.
Do you want to
what do
turn
you mean?
back?
No, I'm just gonna get sick.
Oh,
Probably.
boat sickness.
Right, for that. Val was like, I have painkillers, and then
And she's like, no.
You
and
just
then
numb your whole body. Then
Octavia's like, no seasickness, and Val nods solemnly and puts the bottle back in Garlic saddlebag.
Yeah.
Amalthea is gonna come up to you and say, "We could probably steal something off someone at the port. They're sailors, right? One of them's got to be seasick."
That's a
They
great idea.
they wouldn't make their job a sailor if they got seasick.
Well, I don't know. We've got pirates that are seasick.
What
That's
do you
because
usually
you
do?
are all a pack of children. Not that you're not great pirates, but you all don't really have other options.
Huh. Well, then maybe there's a shop in town or something that sells it. Like a, what do you call it? Medicine guy.
Apothecary.
Apothecary?
Yeah, maybe there's an apothecary in town that'll sell you some.
That
Octavia's-
would track because
Yeah.
this is a port town. There's probably people that come here needing a boat that do get seasick. Just not the sailors, I would think.
Yeah. Godfrey, is there apothecary on the way to the harbor?
He's gonna say, "Oh, yeah, there's one in town. I was just there. Here."
Do you have anything for seasickness?
Me personally, no, but them probably.
Okay, I think I should quickly run to there. Sorry, I'll meet you guys at the boat if that's okay.
Everyone
does
on
the
my
boat look
side of the
like?
table
Okay.
shrugs.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah. I was about to say, like, do you know what the boat looks like? Do
Did
you know how to get there?
I would just say, Godfrey, what does the boat look like?
It's made of wood. It's brown. It'll have us in it. That'll be the key feature.
I guess all of you in it would be the key finisher. That's fair. Okay. And I'm assuming Godfrey gives Octavia directions to the apothecary.
Yeah, it's right on the street with the rest of the markets. You missed it the first couple times you were going through the market because there were stalls in front of it, but now that he mentions where it is, you know where to go.
Okay. Octavia goes into the apothecary.
All right. The guy at the counter is more than happy to sell you some seasickness herbs and such that he claims will just do away with all of your symptoms instantly. Might be too good to be true, but beggars can't be choosers. He says he'll sell it to you for 30 gold.
30.
30. It's not cheap, these herbs.
I have 3 herbs in my thing right now. It just says consume for 5 HP. She takes out one of the herbs. Do you want to trade?
He's gonna look at the herb and say, now where the hell did you get that?
My friend.
Huh. Well, I usually don't question my suppliers. But sure. Why not? Let's trade. How much you got?
I got 3 of them.
I'll take your whole stock in exchange for this bottle. And he places a bottle, a little tiny small bottle on the table.
Octavia has the slight sinking suspicion she just got played, but part of her is just like, screw it, I need this. If it works. If it doesn't, I'll come back later and give him hell. If I remember. And so she makes the exchange. The guy at the counter gets the 3 herbs and she gets the bottle.
He thanks you for your business and says, well, good luck out there, sailor. Rocky shores ahead. And you are now welcome to leave and go find the rest of your group.
Thanks.
All right. The rest of you have followed Godfrey down to where the port is. It's a bigger port than you were expecting. You saw it a little bit yesterday when you were seeing all this off, but it was, cloudy and darkish, so you didn't really see all of it. But there's a lot of boats here. And there's a lot of people working the boats. You can see out on the water there's people like actively fishing and stuff. So clearly that seems to be the business of the town, fishing. And Godfrey leads you down one of the port, like, I guess, what do you call it? Boardwalk? No. What do they call it when it goes out in the ocean?
Pier.
Pier. Thank you.
Pier.
Yeah, he leads you down one of the piers. And there is his boat. It is a completely nondescript small vessel, definitely big enough to hold all of you, but one of you might have to sit on the floor. There is no like possessions in it other than like 3 oars, one of which is like kind of assembled back together after clearly having been broken, and there's a fishing net at the bottom that has not seen any use in a number of years. You can tell because the second any of you try to pick it up, it's just like crunches in a nasty way. And there's a sail in the middle of it where obviously use that to do the sailing part. But yeah, all of you are welcome to get in the boat. Octavia, you are not far behind. It is easy to tell where they went because you see all of them. Half of these people stick out like a sore thumb. Valente is very orange. But yes.
She follows the orange.
Follows the orange. All right. Are you all setting sail? Or is there anything...
Also, I feel like this is probably the only boat that has a horse on it.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Nay.
There is room for Garlic. Garlic might have to, like, kneel down, though.
Garlic's used to this. He was on the boat from Cadane. he's like, yeah, this is the weird house that moves and rocks what makes me sleepy.
The house that
Aw.
moves. Aw. All right. Any last words before I send you off?
Octavia takes the medication. Is there anything left over from the small bottle?
Yeah, you take about half of it.
Okay.
He did not say how long it would last.
Yeah, I didn't ask.
Archibald will lie down somewhere and close his eyes and think about ghosts. Maybe try and take a nap. I don't know.
King trying to take a nap right as you're like, I should think about ghosts. Might not be the move.
Nightmare.
Yeah.
I'm very curious. Archibald's very curious at this point. He's getting a bit come at me, ghost sort of.
I ain't afraid of no ghosts.
Oh, he's very afraid, but also like, if you've
He
got
doesn't
something
wanna-
to say, just say it, guys. Come on.
All right. Gare is also going to sit down in the, I guess, most open part of the boat. He's kind of like near Garlic, leaning on Garlic a little bit. But he's also gonna like close his eyes, just zone out. Amalthea has been drafted into helping Godfried actually do the boat stuff because she is also someone who knows how to use a boat. So she's helping him with like the sails and stuff. And soon enough, you guys are pushing away from the shore. Do you guys want to go a little bit longer and do this next section, or should I cut it off here?
Can we
I'm
take a,
happy to keep going.
I'm happy to keep
Yeah.
going.
I
I'm
kind of
going
want
to keep going. I just might want to break for a moment for
Yeah.
water
All right,
and
let's
stuff.
all take a 5-minute bathroom break because I do have one more, like, I guess, scene written down that I would love
Sure.
if you guys
Yes.
saw this session.
Yeah, dope.
Yeah,
Awesome.
Go.
So it could be
Go.
like half an hour
Go.
or an hour.
Ghost. Ghost.
got it.
Ghost.
All right, I will see.
Archibald wants to fight a ghost.
Calm your
I
tits.
do want
All
to
right.
find a ghost.
You want to find a ghost. All right, be right back.
All right.
I'm back. Oh, I hear someone else out there in the distance.
Hello, I'm
Okay.
opening a juice box.
Excellent. I have chocolate covered raisins.
Nice.
Snacky time.
It's the intermission. This is when everyone needs their snacks.
Yeah. Snacky time.
Snacky time.
Oh. Excuse me.
Hello.
Oh.
Hello.
Gamer.
Thanks, gamer. I feel so bad. My cat, my cat came over and she was during the last like few minutes of our break. She was like standing or staying like right next to on the desk, like right next to me, just like staring at me. I'm like, yes,
Give
I see you,
attention.
sweet. Yeah. And then when I was getting out of my chair, my slipper accidentally conked her. When I went, I
Aw.
was like,
Oh
no,
no.
Baby.
her baby. But she's okay. She's fine. I gave her a little teeny bit of dry food, and it's fine. She'll be fine. I think she woke up from her nap because she was sleeping for most of the session. She was like, "I'm awake," which means attention.
Attention, parent. Pay attention to me.
You must.
Alright, let me just eat this raisin in my mouth.
Hi, I've returned. I love our 5-minute break because I always just listen to 2 trucks and then I'm back.
Every time you're like, well, time for my 2 trucks break.
Yeah,
That is
That's
the exact amount of
unhinged
time.
behavior. Thank you. Alright, hold on one second. I need chapstick.
Timothy, you've known me for 3 years now. Oh god, that's weird to say. I feel like you should expect this from me by
2
now.
trucks.
Uh, 2 trucks.
What a banger. His
No,
best one.
it's not always 2. It's been 2 trucks the past like 3 weeks. Normally, it's just like whatever song I'm listening to on
3 weeks
repeat.
of 2 trucks.
But I've been feeling Lemon Demon lately.
Yeah, no, it's banger. Cabinet Man, chef kiss.
Yeah. The synth puts my brain in the blender in a good way. Scratches all the itches.
Scratches all the itches. Alright. Okay. Well, let's scratch some itches in the game. That should not have been as weird as I made it sound, but alright. Alright.
Valente scratches a bit of garlic that he seems to be trying to itch with his little horse hooves.
Oh.
That's how we do that.
Okay. As you guys are journeying along, it's about maybe 15 minutes. You pulled out of port safely. You're now on the not open ocean, but open water. Amalthea has taken control, possibly forcibly, of the boat and is now guiding you towards your destination. And Godfrey is just kind of leaning on the I don't fucking know boat parts. The part where the sails live. The up
The
part.
I don't
mast.
either.
The mast, sure.
It's been so long since I've been on a boat.
I get seasick so easily. But anyways, he's leaning on the mast of the ship and he's like just kind of looking at everyone. He says, "You know, I heard an interesting bit of gossip back at the port when I was first talking to the port master. He said that well, a merchant ship that left port yesterday was found on one of the islands, pretty badly torn up."
What kind of ship did we put? Oh, I was asleep. Oh shit. Wait, Archibald's napping. I can't. Someone else.
Is Octavia sick right now?
No, Octavia, you feel fine. The medicine
Great.
did as planned.
Great. It wasn't a trick.
It's not a trick.
Octavia's like, did the ship look like they say?
They just said it was a merchant ship. They didn't give any specifics. But I don't know where it was bound for, but not too many ships come through here, so it might have been, you know.
Oh.
We'll probably pass it on our way.
Do we want to check if there's any
Yeah, we should make
survivors?
sure it wasn't. Well, yeah, that's true. Even if it wasn't Alice's ship, we should check on anyone who might have been on it.
And he's gonna say, alright, well, we'll just have to be careful, because if it got shipwrecked, then clearly it ran aground somewhere, and we don't want that to happen to us, but we're a
Yeah.
smaller boat, so hopefully it'll be fine. And Amalthea seems to know what she's doing, to which Amalthea at the front of the ship goes, hell yeah, I do.
Yeah, Val was actually about to. Val goes, yeah, I was about to say I trust Amalthea to get us where we need to go.
Amalthea continues steering the ship for a little while longer. It's maybe another hour before anything exciting happens. As you guys are traveling, Gottfried lets you know that this is a 2-day journey, usually. There's several islands that he tends to stop at to sleep overnight, because sleeping on the water is extremely dangerous.
Yep.
Especially if you're traveling alone, which thankfully you guys are not. But he says there's a bunch of islands we can all stay at overnight, and we just have to avoid all of the rocks. Amalthea continues gung-ho forward, and eventually you do see the form of, like, a larger ship, like, not moving. You can't tell if it's on the water or on an island, but it's not moving.
You fucker.
What?
I'm
What?
getting flashbacks to Echoes right now. You.
The boat map?
Oh, that ship. Oh, that
Listen,
sunken area.
every good Fire Emblem, and by that I mean Echoes and Magville, has to have a boat map.
It's okay. Tellius also has a boat map.
Yes, Tellius
Yeah.
doesn't have a boat map.
Jugdral doesn't have a boat map. Very cringe.
So cringe. We're giving it
Not-
I am
boat
giving
map.
it. No, I didn't say there was combat. I said there was a boat.
Yeah, and then the combat music starts playing, and
In the distance.
To
Well,
give
we'll
us
see.
a ride. But yes, you see a boat in the distance. Amalthea points to it and she says, "Is that it? Should we go check on it, you think? It doesn't look like it's moving. In fact, it seems to be a little bit tipped on its side."
I'd say we probably should, but I mean, I trust you to know what you're doing. I just, when I say be careful, it's out of concern.
I know what I'm doing. Trust me. And she's gonna turn back to the front of the ship, and Gottfried is just gonna, like, quietly make his way over to assist.
Listen, Val doesn't think that Amalthea is gonna fuck this up. He's just worried.
Fair enough, fair enough. As you guys slowly make your way over to the ship, it does look familiar. Based on what you saw of the ship Alice got on, it does look like that, at least from an outward point of view. However, a lot of boats that do this kind of work look very similar, and the one that you saw, you didn't see that it had, like, a special name or anything, so you can't be sure.
Sounds like because you didn't convince Alice to come with you, you killed him.
Listen.
God damn it.
Val,
Listen,
Val
he's not
goes,
dead till I show you a body.
Okay.
No, that is true.
Oh,
And
absolutely.
even then...
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very true. Val's going to ask Godfrey. I'm assuming they would have to come through this way in order to leave port from here and out to wherever they were going.
Yeah, probably. It's a little far out, but if they were trying to get around some of the smaller islands and sharp rocks near Luan, then they would have come out this far. Yeah.
Oh, can I do a perception check to see if I see anything specific that would help us in our knowing if this was Alice's boat or not?
Go ahead.
This is -2. Please don't fuck me.
Oh. Oh no. What is it? Is it a 0?
It's a -1.
Oh my god!
You
I
look at the
rolled a
boat
nat
and you
one.
think, well, it's made of
I rolled a
wood,
nat
just like
1.
the other one.
I rolled a nat 1, everyone.
Yeah, you
Oh,
don't
no.
know. You don't know.
Out of curiosity, can we see? Like, it's tilted on its side, right? You said.
It's like tilted, but not. It's not like completely on its side. It's like
Can-
tilted in a way that says, "Huh, boat usually don't do that."
Can we see visible damage? Like, is there something? Can we tell? Can I tell what's wrong? Basically.
As Amalthea slowly starts to bring your smaller vessel around, you come up to the front, and you can see that yes, it is indeed caught on some rocks near the front, and there is a little bit of water like sloshing on in.
Huh.
You
Is
don't
there
see.
anyone moving?
You don't see any people.
How
Should
close
we
are we to
go?
the? There's like, is it just rocks or is there like an island here?
There is an island. It is in fact caught on the rocks adjacent to an island. Amalthea is currently angling the ship to land on the island safely. Would
Oh,
you
that's
like her to
probably
do
where they
that?
went. Yes, Edwin would, but people can very easily veto Edwin.
Sorry, what did you
Nobody
say?
Val was worried enough that Val will agree. Alice, listen, Alice gave her pigeon. She
Yeah.
would feel very bad if she immediately then sent Alice to his death.
Yeah. This is fair. Octavia says, yeah.
Should probably
Yeah,
get
I'm
rid of
fine with
Lothair
checking it
on
out.
this, huh?
Yeah,
Lothair's
Lothair's
gone.
still in the Bye, Lothair.
Bye, Lothair.
We miss you already, Queen.
And like literally, my heart aches. I miss her so bad.
Lothair. Just got Thanos snapped. Alright.
No.
Oh no!
No, she's still alive out there. She's still alive out there. She's safe. She's
She
safe in her
better
house.
be.
As safe as her house can possibly be. Ooh. But Amalthea brings you safely to shore. As you guys get out of the boat and step onto the beach area, you're not that far away from the actual ship. It seems to have had a bad luck and just clipped the very end of the sharp rocks. So you're able to basically park right next to it. And you can see that you can probably climb up onto the deck because there's a ladder that seems to have unfurled from the side and is hanging down.
That's not good.
Huh.
But you can't get in through any other way because the
Mhm.
only hole in the boat that you can see is currently full of water.
Mm-hmm.
There's no
Mhm.
doors on the sides of boats, funny enough.
Yeah,
Can we reach
makes
the
sense.
ladder?
Yeah, you can reach the ladder. It's sort of dragging on the sand.
I look around. Everyone. Should I go? Should I do it?
Yeah, I can come with.
I'll come with you.
Cool.
Val quickly raises a hand and goes, "Can all of you swim? Just in case."
Despite having seasickness, Octavia can swim.
No, I've been
Think
around
about
for
it.
2,000 years and I've never seen a body of water before. Yeah, I can swim.
Garrett's going to make a face that perhaps indicates that he might not know how to swim.
Oh my.
Please don't go in the water directly if you don't know how to swim. And also don't wear armor. If you get attacked, I will personally, if you get attacked, then that's a different story, and I'll do my best to keep you safe, but if you're wearing armor and you fall in the water, you will sink.
Garrett's gonna kind of look down at himself, and he's not wearing armor. He doesn't own any armor, despite what his sprite would indicate. Because I have to redo all the NPC sprites.
Val is not talking directly to Garrett. Val is talking to anyone that's going on the boat right now. if you've got even, any metal on you that will drag you down, and
Does Val still have armor on?
Val's not going to go on the
On the
Val's
boat.
not climbing
Yeah.
on the boat.
Yeah,
Val
Octavia's
has-
staying behind.
Okay. Octavia,
Val-
sorry, go ahead.
No. I was just gonna say, after this, Val, I'm gonna try and see if we're gonna look and see if there's any signs of people having tried to get onto this island, and stuff. Yep, you guys go do the boat.
All right, so boat party, sound off. Who's going on the boat?
Edwin can go on the boat.
Edwin,
Octavia can go on the boat.
Octavia,
Me, Archibald.
Archibald, and then Amalthea and Godfrey will also go on the boat, which leaves Valente and Gare to investigate everywhere else.
2 trucks.
2 trucks, 2 boats.
Wait, hang on. Okay, never mind.
Thank God Val can't hear you now, because if he could, I think he would evaporate on the spot of embarrassment.
I just said 2 trucks.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Uh,
2 trucks making love. American made, but for tough.
Built for
Octavia
John.
takes off like her heaviest points of armor and is like, just puts them down. It's like, okay, because she got a little bit freaked out, be like, oh yeah, I will sink.
Archibald also takes off his heaviest armor and clothing, and by that I mean he sees Octavia doing it, but he doesn't really wear armor, so he takes off like his cloak and like a few of the satchels wrapped around his body. He's just
Fair
wearing
enough.
like a shirt and pants and a belt or 2.
Amalthea
more
doesn't
than 2
have any
belts.
heavy clothing, so she's gonna untie the jacket from her waist, consider putting it down, but then she just puts it on. So
Yeah, that's fair.
neutral. And Godfrey's just not gonna do anything with his whole situation. He's not taking off anything.
Oh, never mind.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, no, never mind.
Okay. All right. So, which party do you want me to? I'm gonna talk about not on boat party first, if that's all right.
So hang on.
Cool.
Can I
Sure.
ask? I do want to ask something clarifying though. Is everyone not on the boat going on the island, or?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Yes.
Val's
For
plan
plans.
is so. Well, we're either gonna make a perception check, or if I would. So, can I call this like tracking people a tactics roll?
I'm gonna say no,
Why not?
because that's not a tactic. Like, there's no what.
Yeah, sometimes you've gotta like track people down when they run away from, they escape from things.
I don't know if that's a battle tactic.
Yeah, it is.
I feel like
I see.
maybe you could argue that the battle tactic part of it is like playing the mind games of figuring out where they would want to go more so than
Yeah,
like
and like
tracking
know,
them.
trying to predict people's movements.
it's trying to predict people's movements, and it's like, trying to figure out, where would be a good place to set up shelter on this island.
Yeah,
Where's
not
the
so
place
much
that
like
is-
tracking.
All right, I'll let you have that one.
Thank God, that's +1 instead of -2. And that's only because Val's proficient in tactics. Alright, so I'll make a tactics roll. That's a 16.
16. As the others climb their way onto the ship via ladder, you turn around and you think to yourself, if I was a sailor and my boat was stuck, where would I go? The first thing you do is look down at the ground before you for footsteps, because obviously you're on a sandy beach. If someone left, they would leave footsteps behind them. It's rather windy on the water, so the sand has been kicked up quite a bit, but you do see a divot in the ground of where someone, presumably, walked away from the boat. It heads, not quite towards, like, the forested area of the island, but around the beach area. So, it follows the coast.
Mhm. Okay. Yeah, Val's gonna follow that.
Alright, and Gare is going to follow behind. It doesn't take long for you to find the end of the trail, and that's because the sand turns into grass, so you lose the trail. But you can see before you that there is sort of a makeshift path, like someone had cut their way through underbrush in the forest before you.
Yeah, I mean, that's then.
Onward and upward? Alright.
Mhm.
You continue walking for a couple moments, only to find that the path seemingly disappears. Uh, the underbrush becomes unbent. There doesn't seem to be any evidence of footpath. It's like whoever was here just up and left.
Is there anywhere on the island that looks like it would, like, obviously, this is probably like it's a little island, yeah?
It's tiny.
You know?
You can see the other side from one side. You can see across it.
Yeah. Yeah, so is there any, like, place where it'd be a good place to take shelter or anything like that?
Aside from inside of this little forested grove area, you don't see any caves or outcroppings.
Okay. So it literally looks like someone was like cutting through the underbrush and then vanished.
Yes.
Val draws his sword
Okay.
and says, I don't know where this person went, but I am concerned.
Concerned about
Let's-
what? That scares me.
Well, people don't tend to up and vanish, like literally where a trail comes to a complete stop.
I mean,
So the fact
that weird mage that was traveling with us could do that. Who's to say someone didn't
Yeah.
do that here?
why wouldn't they have done it at the first coast? Why would they have walked through to here?
He's gonna like shrug a little bit, like I don't know.
That's the point I'm making.
Maybe they were
I mean,
running from something.
do the footsteps look like they have long enough strides to be running?
The sand had been kicked up from the wind so much that you could only tell that there was a path, not the stride or the shoe size or anything like that.
Well, yeah. I suppose you're right. But still, that means that they had to have been chased.
Well, let's hope whatever chased them isn't still in these woods. Not that I can see anyone.
That's why I have my sword drawn. Let's walk back.
He's gonna like start a little bit and then like fumble for his own sword. Like, oh yeah, crap, attackers. Before shuffling behind you.
Val will wait. I will wait patiently for him to get his sword out, and then nod and keep going.
All right, where are you walking towards?
Back to the boat.
Back to the boat. All right.
Unless there's any other signs of life.
There does not seem to be any other signs of life aside from like wildlife, birds and such.
Yeah.
A mouse here or there. But once you guys get back to the boat, I'm going to switch to team on boat.
Ghost.
Hey, can I ask a question real quick that I probably should have asked earlier?
Yeah, sure.
This boat and this like island, do these look at all like the dream that I had about a boat?
They do not. You do not remember seeing any islands on that body of water you dreamed about. It seemed to be very much clear of small bodies of water.
Follow-up
Or
question.
small bodies of land, excuse me.
Does the island in any way happen to look like a toothless girl?
No.
Thank you for that question, Chepathy. I'm sure it was plaguing
Yeah,
everyone
Cheppy, you solved
everywhere.
it. The girl was coming from inside the island.
I didn't even think of that.
Shut the fuck up. No, thank you for your question. That was entertaining at very least. All right. Team on boat. The 5 of you successfully climbed the ladder up onto the deck of the ship. It's tilted on its side, so it's kind of hard to like get your footing. You have to travel kind of along the railing, and clamber your way towards the trapdoor that leads to the inside. But the first thing you notice is that there is blood all over the deck of this ship. Like,
Fuck.
everywhere.
Oh.
Oh fuck.
Oh no.
Just smeared everywhere.
Oh,
Everyone
no.
takes turns climbing up the ladder, and they get to the top, and they go, "Oh no!" And then the next person comes up
Like,
behind
oh,
them.
fuck.
Guys, it's like, oh fuck.
How much fucking blood? Okay.
Enough for several people, probably. But you don't find
That
any
was a
bodies.
rhetorical question. That was a rhetorical question, but thank you for answering, Sam.
There's no bodies.
How fresh does the blood look?
Very fresh. Happened within at least the past 12 hours.
I lean over to Godfried. Who's here, right?
Godfried, Amalthea, Edwin, Octavia, Archibald.
I lean over to Godfried and go, we keep finding ourselves in this situation, and I kind of hate it.
Godfried's gonna like solemnly agree with you as he studies the blood all over the floor, trying to avoid stepping in it.
I'm gonna go down below deck or whatever.
Do you want us to come with you?
I'm going with him, Amalthea says, obviously.
I'll stay on the deck with Godfried.
Godfried's gonna like look at you and say, "Oh, no, I'm going down also."
Okay then. Okay, I guess we're all going down then.
Yep. I will go first. Expendable or whatever.
Archibald leads the charge, stepping over a bunch of upturned boxes on his short climb to the trapdoor. It's a bit difficult to get to, given that it's in the middle of a tilted floor, but you get there eventually.
I will just say, as soon as Archibald said expendable, Octavia made like a face. Like, no.
No. You climb down into a musty ship hallway. There seems to be a staircase, like a short, cramped staircase on one end, and a door on the other end.
Well, I mean, I'm just gonna go down the length of the building. Building? Boat.
Building.
Like, I'm working my way through thoroughly, like checking every room and door and everything.
Well, there's only
as-
one door on this level, the highest level. There's just a staircase down and a door.
No, yeah, right. But as in, like, I look in the door, see what's in there, and then go for stairs, like progressing
Gotcha.
through,
All right, door
checking
first.
every room.
This door seems to be the captain's quarters based on its placement on the ship and just like the general niceness of the door. It's a little bit fancier than what you'd expect. It's absolutely not a trapdoor, basically. You open it and you are immediately greeted with much the same vision as you saw when you entered the school. When you saw the remains of that gentleman. Splatters on every wall of this little room, and all that's left behind are just like the soles of 2 boots firmly sitting on the ground.
Oh my god.
I turn.
Oh.
I shout back to Octavia and Godfried. Hey, everyone, stay out there. Maybe Godfried come here, but Octavia, keep the others out for a second.
Okay.
Amalthea's
And
gonna
she
like
does.
say, "Why? I want to see. What is
And
it?"
Octavia like wraps her arm around Amalthea's shoulder, like, wait.
She's gonna frown. She's cranky about having to stay out of the fun, especially since it's boat fun now. That's the name of her game.
As Godfrey walks up to the door before he gets into view, I just like lean in close to his ear and just whisper, I was kidding earlier, but I said it keeps happening to us.
He's gonna
I'm
look at you just
sorry.
like a little bit confused, and he's gonna enter the room after you, and he's just gonna say like, "Oh my,
Yeah,
huh,
it happened again.
it happened again." He's just gonna like stand there, like just looking at the bloodstains, not touching anything.
Is there any... Okay, shit. Might as well ask the question on everyone's mind. Is there any sign, is there any debris that looks like our frenemy from earlier?
Frenemy? You're gonna have to be more specific.
Alice.
Aulus? There does not
Aulus.
seem to be any pieces of Aulus anywhere, as far as you can tell.
Oh,
What
that's...
about the boots?
The boots, this dude has... Aulus was wearing those dinky little maid shoes. Whoever this guy is, had much bigger feet and was wearing, like, waterproof, like, leather boots.
Was it the captain?
Well, this is the captain's quarters. You don't have a body, so you
Right, but
can't
it was...
confirm that.
We saw the captain, Octavio. That was the one that Octavio was making jokes to.
Yeah.
But we did all see the captain. He was the one who was convinced that...
Yeah, you
Aulus
find
was
the
Bard.
captain's Yeezys on the floor covered in blood.
It's the same. It's the same
Yeah,
captain.
it could probably be the same vague shoes.
You know those
Most of the
Yeezys
shoe is
there.
gone. I'd just like to say it's just the sole of the shoe.
Oh my god, what a specific spell.
Yeah. It's messed
Ironically,
up.
that's the only soul still here. I hope.
Are you saying that out loud?
No! I mean...
Archibald
That was
just
an Andrew
making
thing, not an Archibald
puns over
thing.
this guy's corpse.
But, oh, God, Archibald does... He thinks that to himself, and then mutters out loud, God, no. With no context for Godfrey.
As you're just like scanning the room, you see that what you assume to be the captain's log is still open on the desk, off to one side since the boat has tipped, but it's still hanging on the desk. And the splattering is over most of the chair too, so you can assume that however this guy died, he probably died sitting.
God, I hope that dude didn't do... I hope our green dude didn't do this. He seemed way too mediocre for this, but...
Yeah, Godfrey's gonna say, I don't think he was capable of anything like this, otherwise all of us would probably be in much a similar state.
You want to read the book?
Not really.
Really?
No.
Not. I figured you'd... Okay. I mean, that was...
Godfrey is
I
just
think...
he's not really entering the room. He's kind of hovering by the door.
Whatever. I'll go read it. And I do.
Alright, this is in fact the captain's log. There's only a couple days of recent travel. You flip back maybe 3 pages, and then it's from a completely different journey. But you find the 2 pages that say, oh, he was in Luan, and then the one that probably came from just before this attack. And there is absolutely no record of any sort of abnormality or problem. It seems like everything was smooth sailing. Almost like completely so. He notes that they have a passenger, which you assume to be Aulus. But other than that, nothing out of the ordinary.
Nope. Ordinary captain's log. Nothing sinister. Aside from... Jesus. No.
Jesus.
No. Archibald
would
doesn't
be
know who
abnormal.
Jesus is. Yeah, Archibald doesn't know who Jesus is. Retcon that. I never said that.
We're not. We refuse to make Catholicism real or Christianity real in Jugdral. That would be terrible.
That's the last thing they need.
Yeah.
We've already got the murder lizard, so why do we need the Catholic
What
Church?
more do you want?
Yeah. Yeah. So that's bad. Is there anything else like in or on the desk? Is there like
There's like a couple
look?
fancy
I'm being polite
paperweights.
here. I'm being polite here. I want to see if there's loot in the dead man's
There's
room.
loot in the captain's desk. All right. You open up a couple drawers and you do find like a couple random items that look like they might have been the captain's personal possessions. And you find a copy of excuse me, not a copy. You find a battle seal in the desk, which is an item that you can look up in the items tab.
All right. Also, while I'm looking, can I find anything about? I don't know if this dude had like a family or someone who would want to know what happened to him or get his stuff back.
Uh, you don't find any like pictures or anything. You don't find anything in his like notebook denoting that he has a family. Uh, you do find the address in Arcanea for like his I guess home port. So if he does have a family, they're probably there.
I'm going to take all of the personal possessions I found and put them in one of the many burlap bags I carry at all times, which was the best character decision I've ever made.
Okay, you can
And
add a small silverish pocket watch that probably is made of steel, not silver. You can add a copy of his captain's log, and you can add just like a couple random leaves of paper that you find around that are just like notes the man wrote to himself, reminders and such.
yeah, just for case we ever run across anyone who we have the address of that port
Yep, it's
too.
in Arcanea. It's let me just look up what the map of Arcanea looks like. I'm gonna say it's one of the southern ports of Grust.
All right.
All right, are you done investigating the captain's quarters?
Assuming there's nothing else to be investigated.
Nothing else here except for some clothes and some boat stuff.
Okay. Moving on.
All right.
Uh,
Once you get back out in the hallway, Amalthea is still like whining that she couldn't see what you guys were looking at.
it's bad.
And Octavia still has an arm wrapped around her shoulder to make sure she doesn't make a break for it.
What was
It's
it?
bad.
What's in there?
It's like the school all over again. It's bad.
Like the school? Oh no, did somebody get exploded?
Uh-huh.
Edwin just like makes a face.
It's I shake I hold up like the book and then put it back in the bag. This is it's our it's the captain who took our friend away on the ship, or what's left of him.
Uh, Amalthea is gonna like make a face, like a sad face, but also a disgusted face, but also a little bit of a curious face. She's not gonna say anything else.
There's
Not
no
good.
signs of Alice.
Didn't see him or anything indicated he would. He's got notes that they had a passenger, but
Godfried, who has come up behind Archibald at this point, is gonna say, "Well, we should probably check below deck, right? That's where the passengers would be and the crew."
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Malthea, can you stick by me, please?
Fine.
Thank you.
You know, I see this kind of stuff all the time. I'm a pirate after
I know.
all.
I know you're a pirate. Well, I'm not a pirate, so maybe I'd like to have you by me.
Oh, I see. You're a scaredy pants. It's okay.
Yeah, thanks.
She concedes to sticking by you at that.
Octavia makes a look at not Edwin really, because she's not going to expect from him really, but she makes a look at Archibald and Godfrey. Is like, if you make a joke out of this, I swear to God.
No.
No,
The
Archibald
God.
does
sacrifices
not.
we make for baby.
Yeah.
All right. Y'all heading downstairs?
Yep.
Yeah.
The next floor is the crew's quarters, and you find them in much the same exact shape as the captain's quarters. Each room is methodically filled with one set of soles from
Oh.
shoes, and no
Sweet.
hint of anything else.
And none of the shoes
And
look
blood,
like Alice's.
None of the shoes look like Alice's. They're all very much like boating shoes.
All of them?
All of them. This boat probably had a crew of maybe 20. You find 19 pairs of shoes aside from the captain.
Oh my god.
I love the pause as Sam does what's 20 minus 1 in her
Fuck
head.
you. Fuck you. Die.
I thought it was for dramatic effect. Dwyer was the one who
It's for
said that.
dramatic effect.
Uh-huh. That's why you went. There were probably 20 people, and there were 19.
Aside from the captain. You said 19 and then had to go in and fill that also the caption. Like you could have just said 20.
This mutiny.
Well,
But yeah,
hopefully
you find
we don't end up like that crew.
explodes your character for math crime.
Uh,
But yeah, you find a whole lot of shoes.
any same deal with possessions, notifying information, identifying information, even nothing.
I mean, you find a bunch of like personal items from the sailors, mostly like notebooks and small sketches of family members.
I will use. I'll start making little bindles, I guess, out of the rags that I have lying around, just sort of like collecting them up, keeping them separate by vaguely where I found them in the viscera, I guess.
You can just add the whole lot as sailor possessions into your non-combat inventory.
Yep.
I'm not gonna give you all their life stories. The most notable thing you find on this entire floor is a set of the weapon called Dragon Claws, which is I believe in like a punching thing. Yeah, you find a set of Dragon Claws.
Claws.
It looks like the weapon is actually made of like wyvern or manakee claws. But it's meant for a human to use.
God, that is
That
kind of messed
feels
up, actually.
kind of. Yeah, I was about to say that's kind of fucked.
Is this like it was owned by the
I
crew,
feel like
or is this?
Yeah, it's among one of the crew members' things.
It doesn't
feel like
have
it's
dragon
not,
bones. It's just the design, right?
No, the actual claw part does look like it's made of either a wyvern or a manakee. You can't tell.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, like, I think it would be messed up if it was from a manakee, but I also am like, people use the claws of dead things as weapons for a very long time, so I don't think it's that way.
Yeah.
We would just have to hope that it was dead and not declawed.
Yeah.
I love how
Don't
you guys are
declaw your
standing
pets,
in the middle of all
everyone.
these corpses debating the ethics of dragon claw harvesting.
We are debating the ethics of it.
Listen, we already know the ethics of people being exploded is
True.
bad.
We have
Out
a
of
new dilemma on our hands.
Out of character, does anyone have free space in inventory right now? In
I
I might
do.
have like one or two.
I
'Cause I
just
think we've
realized,
cleaned
like,
up.
yeah, I already sold the iron knife last session, so I have some free space too. I also have a fork from an abandoned house that I still need to sell.
I have I have 2 free spaces.
Yeah, I have a free space, and Trikey has 2 free spaces.
I
Yeah.
will pick up the claw things and say, man, that's weirdly perverse, but actually practical looking. Any of you here? I guess I'll hand Octavia the vortex scroll that I'm carrying around, and just hold this.
The
I'll
vortex
pick up-
scroll?
Yep.
Okay.
Just because I need inventory space, I'll pick up the claw things.
Mm-hmm.
My weapon is 1d4 slashing. I'm crap with this.
All right.
The vortex scroll? Or the...
No. I'm giving you the vortex scroll because look, I only have the thief sword and it's 1d4 slashing, and it's
Chegg
not.
is taking the
It's
weapon.
clearly not worked out well in
okay.
combat one.
Yeah.
As the dragon claws are a guaranteed double hit 1d8. I'm like, yeah,
Ooh.
yes, I will
do
take
it.
those.
Do it. Yeah,
Take it.
do it. Take it.
I am. You got the vortex scroll copied or whatever.
I'm just trying to find it under. Can someone copy it? No, I'm gonna copy it. I can copy it.
It's on
I'm
my
just-
sheet if you want it.
Yeah, let me look at that. Thank you.
In the meantime, on this floor is also the cargo hold. You don't find any dead bodies there. It's just whatever they were taking to Arcanea. It looks like it's mostly fruits and vegetables and other such plants, all packed in ice.
Nothing uniquely valuable.
Nothing by just a cursory glance. It looks to be mostly just produce. But you're welcome to take some of that.
I see. Nope. And no sign of the boy.
No sign of Aulus anywhere.
That's not good.
Question
Well,
for Sam.
Hi.
I seem to remember us destroying Aulus's warp staff.
Yes.
Did we-
You completely
Yeah.
destroyed it.
Okay, cool.
Someone came after
this-
him.
yeah, this definitely reads like someone came after him and killed everyone who was around him.
And then took him.
Yeah.
Warped away.
Boat crew.
Aulus.
Archibald says out loud, unprompted. Well, now I really hope he's not like my great nephew or something.
But
Which is, for context, for a reminder for everyone, something that I made a joke about in a previous session, but Archibald has never said out loud. So he's just standing in the middle of viscera-filled room with you guys, and it's like, well, now I really hope he's not my nephew.
Archibald,
Kind
a
of a
child
legend
support
for that.
challenge. All right, boat crew. Is there anything else you want to do in this boat?
Did we check
there
the
anything
cargo
else?
hold?
You did check the cargo.
Oh
hold.
yeah, we got for the dragon. Yeah.
There's fruit and shit.
Fruit and shit.
Yeah, I'll grab some fruit and shit.
Amalthea's also gonna just stealthily fill her pack with apples.
That's fair. That's valid.
She
I
should.
don't think anyone here's judging her for it.
No. Octavia is just kind of like getting the position like they literally slaughtered this entire crew. It is also kind of thinking like if those nobles initially back when we were traveling through I think it was it the Devil's Fingers?
It was Hell's Fingers. Close.
Hell's Fingers. When they were traveling through Hell's Fingers and they were containing a white beast and we just barely did not get caught. She's kind of thinking, oh god. Oh
Whoa.
gods.
All right, are you guys exiting the boat?
Yeah,
If there's nothing else, like, we can't really reach further.
I mean, Hollis's head isn't hanging from like the mast or something, is it?
Yeah.
No, there's not. There's no Alla's head on the mast. There's no Alla's
There's
head anywhere.
basically no traces of Alice
It's
on
like
this
he was
ship.
never on the ship in the first place.
Ugh.
Well, now I'm mad. This is Archibald, not me. Now I'm.
Chippy pissed
Yeah.
moment.
Yeah, I can understand that. They just. What the fuck, man?
You know, if there's anything that'll get you, like, you know, if there's anything that'll make you feel sympathetic for an attempted murder, it's whatever the hell this is. I'm gonna kill him. Not all of us. If I ever find whoever did all this, they are
Yeah.
dead.
Godfrey's gonna quietly mumble to
But-
himself, like, I know who did all this.
Who's gonna do that?
Who
Gottfried?
just
What? Sorry.
Mumbled.
Oh, sorry, did it cut out? I said Godfrey quietly mumbles to himself, I know who did all this.
Who?
Oh, do tell.
He's gonna like look around at you guys like he didn't quite realize he was speaking out loud. And he's gonna say, well, I mean, I only met him a couple times, but well, he's a mage from Valhalla, so if that tells you anything.
What's his name?
He's gonna shrug.
How did you even meet him? What the fuck, Gottfried? You can't just say these cryptic bullshit things and not explain.
He's gonna hold his hands up and say, he was the father of a friend of mine back at school.
What was that friend's name?
He's gonna pause for an uncomfortable second. He's gonna say, his name was Marco.
Marco.
Writing that name down.
Marco what?
Again, he's going to shrug and say, it's been a long time. I don't remember.
Oh god. Well, so your school friend's dad blew up the teacher who lived across from you, or worked across from you, and now blew up an entire ship full of people to maybe kidnap, maybe murder our. I feel like friend's a strong word. Prisoner.
Associate.
That's just how mages in Valhalla do things, I think. They're not nice people, if you haven't noticed.
No shit. Fucking know that better than you.
He's gonna be very affronted at that.
Yeah.
I think I mentioned before that they knew who it was that did that at the school. But
Yeah, the first name basis bit you didn't, or near first name basis bit you didn't exactly mention, but
Yeah, we didn't even know that they. I guess the assumption that you knew them, they lived there.
oh, he didn't live there.
What?
Well, he lived in Valhalla. He was a mage from Valhalla, obviously.
And why was his son in one?
That I don't know. I was just a student there.
Either a plant or
Suddenly, I understand why Godfried had to go to alternative forms of magic to be good at magic. He doesn't ask any follow-up questions ever.
Do you know what kind of it? She's just like kind of like. Do you have an idea of what kind of tome would do this?
Well, my friend Marco was particularly adept at wind magic, so I would assume his father was as well. Um, but I don't know the exact tome. I have no experience with that kind of magic.
Yeah, you do arclight.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, Octavia looks at the vortex scroll that Archibald just gave her. It's like, where did you get this again?
Is that a
I
question
think
for Archibald?
Yeah.
that was
The vortex scroll was from
Bragi Tower.
the Tower of Bragi, wasn't it?
Okay.
no, that's
Yeah.
just from nearby. That's not. No, I'm not handing you something weirdly related to this whole situation. That'd be weird even for me.
Yeah. No,
I didn't just hand
I'm
the
just
scroll.
this is a lot. It's probably a lot for a lot of other people. It's just a lot.
Understandable. Say have a nice day, but too late.
We're kind
Have a terrible day.
yeah, the day is not that great.
Godfrey's gotta like look around one more time and say, maybe we should leave in case he comes back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Y'all are going to exit the ship the way you came, avoiding body parts and splatters where you find them, and rejoin with those on the shore. That is where I'm going to cut today's session. If that works for all of you.
Sure.
Sure.
Yeah, that works.
All
Much
right.
to think about.
Unnerving.
Does anyone have any
Right.
questions, comments, or concerns?
I mean, once again, none that you'll answer.
Yeah, probably.
I will say, holy shit, battle seal.
Yeah, there's a battle seal.
That item, this item's fucking nuts.
Nice.
Sam,
Yeah.
holy shit. Plus, well, special armor, +2 strength, magic skill, and speed when in inventory.
Mm-hmm.
Every stat.
Almost every stat.
Every stat that matters.
Not defense or res.
I already get +2 bonuses with the dragon.
True.
It gives me a +2 to everything but luck and wisdom when I'm a dragon.
Excellent. All right. Yes. Does
If you detonated, or boy, I'm gonna fucking, I don't know, detonate you.
If I detonated your boy, I would show off the corpse a little bit more, don't you think?
Yeah.
Who
Yeah.
are you talking to?
I have a feeling we are going to end up in Valhalla, and we're gonna find the most pathetic little guy in the dungeon.
Yeah. If his head isn't on the battlements already.
Our weird little man.
Our weird little man. I came from you.
I was so sad throughout that entire bit that Val chose to go to the island instead of being there for that whole conversation we just had at the end. Because my first instinct was, oh, we can use the bird to try and message whoever. Oh.
I mean, you can just tell Val to do that once you get there.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can send a
It's
message.
not like Val. It's not like Val is gone forever now.
Yeah,
No,
let's just.
I'm not gonna lie. I've been watching too much Critical Role, and I forgot that our bird is in fact a bird that has to go places and not just like message or sending or whatever. The D&D spell.
And
No, it's a
we
bird.
don't have a specific bird.
It's just
It's
whatever
just
bird
magic.
is around.
It's a magical paper that summons a pigeon that knows where it's supposed to go.
A seagull just alights on the ship. Is like, holy shit, this place is messed up. What do you need?
You get down to like southern Thracia where all the dragons are and there's no birds and just a wyvern lands next to you like, package?
I do have a question. I don't know if Sam will answer it or if this is something I'd have to ask someone else, but do we know, is Alice's pigeon thing like his thing? Or did we just get like the Belhala messaging system?
Wired into
for
the Belhala email. He didn't mention that it was a Belhala thing, but you also don't know if this is like, oh, he invented this, he's the only guy that can do this. So it's probably somewhere in between where this is like an established thing some people can do, or some people have, but you haven't seen any like flocks of pigeons holding like little letters.
That's what I was thinking. I still don't think the pigeon's gonna be able to get to him if we try and write something, but
we can try. We can certainly try.
Val feels like a little bad. Like Val's like, oh, we were trying to help this guy, and now we might be. Aw, I feel terrible because he's like just a pathetic little rodent man.
I just got out of a cult.
Our goal is going to go and kill some people. Mainly the royalty.
Yep.
All of them.
All of them.
Yep.
Earth dragons have a reputation, and he's decided that maybe it's useful. Very useful.
Fun. Well, you gotta get across the river before you can start beating the shit out of royalty.
You think you're in charge? This is my hometown, bitch. I should have saved that line for the final fight. That would have been good.
You can say it again. I'll probably forget.
Yeah, we'll just pretend we didn't hear it.
Write that down. Write that down.
Write down your final boss one-liners.
Already opening up the notebook to do that. Yeah. I'm not kidding. I am.
Good. But
all right.
Yeah.
That's all. I need. It's time for bed.
All right. Good night, everyone. Have a sweet dream.
Good night.
Good night.
Thank you for a wonderful.
Thank you.
See you next week.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah.
See ya.